The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 313, being recorded on July the 12th, 2020. I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gunny, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by my friend from Little Ohio, eating corn and something else, the Mayo. Welcome,
Hey,
Steve.
let me put this corn cob here on the side over here, and
Do it.
I'll visit with you now. I guess I'm done eating the corn for now. I guess we'll do a show.
And from California, the West Coast, the best coast, buying houses in the hills, Gunny Chief, Henley Merrill, welcome, Gunny, welcome.
Thank you, buddy. I was doing some house buying simulator this past week.
You were doing some house buying simulator. Congratulations on a new house.
Thank you. We'll be closing escrow very soon, so I'm super excited to share some pictures and everything else.
Nice. You better have gotten a podcast room. There better be a podcast room in there.
So the wife is calling it the gaming room. So literally it's that plus a podcasting room.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And the garage.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's what I meant. The garage, honey. The actual spare bedroom.
Oh, shit. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter, _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Follow us on Facebook. We have a page. There's a link to the group in that page. It is a closed group, so anything you post in the group stays in the group. Also, a quick shout out. I need to pull up the list again, guys. Quick shout out.
Patreons.
I need this fucking list. Every time it's asking me to verify the fucking email. God, why does it do? Why do I have this verification thing on?
They don't want some hacker getting in there and giving you extra monies.
Okay. All right. I got the list. I got a list of Patreon patrons.
Who are they?
Well, if it ever pulls up, give me a second. All right, Patreon patrons. Big shout out to Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Brandon Willier, Vaderaholic, M. Polo, Bill Garner II, Mechmod, Native Lives Matter, Henley, Jesse Kraft, Pork Chop Who, Nipron, Brian Capessa, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, and last but not least, our friend, Jonathan Big D Hall.
Big D.
Ooh. I bet you it's like his middle name is Donald or something like that.
Not David. It's a Donald.
It's a Jonathan Donald Hall.
Shout out to Donald Hall. You get yourself in this house right now.
Jonathan Donald Hall, get over here.
It's not Donald for that, Mom. I have another name for Daddy.
Jonathan is at the ocean this week, so a happy birthday to Mrs. Hall.
Happy birthday to her. I guess. I don't know if he really has a wife. I've never seen her. I think it's just an imaginary person.
Yeah, he says, but yeah, I've seen him on camera, unlike some of you who probably haven't, but I've never seen her.
I've never seen her. And I've been to his house, and it doesn't seem like a lady lives there. Like it's just him and his dog.
Interesting.
I think it's all in his head, dude. It's like an imaginary friend or something.
You know what? We're going to contact his friend Eric and see if it's true.
I'm just fucking with you, Jonathan. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. What if it was like he's just really high all the time and he thinks he has a wife? He yells at himself.
All this time.
This whole time it's just been him really high out of his fucking mind, just sitting there like, okay, I'll go to bed right now. Shit, I'll go to bed right now. Oh, shit. Him and his dog just sitting there. Good job, then. Quick shout out to Stitcher. When you're signing up for a Stitcher Premium account, you get access to ad-free listening as well as exclusive premium content. When you sign up for Stitcher, you can sign up for a monthly subscription of $4.99 a month or yearly for $34.99 a year. You save quite a bit of money when you sign up for a year, but when you sign up, you can also save more money by using promo code HORRIBLEGAMERS. That's all caps, no spaces. Use promo code HORRIBLEGAMERS. Get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium. Go try it out with no commitment. That is Stitcher.com/premium. Promo code HORRIBLEGAMERS. Quick shout out to Redbubble as well. You can head on over to Redbubble, get yourself some merch, Gunny. Like a nice water bottle or an acrylic block or some socks, Mayo.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Shirts and shower curtains.
Shirts and shower curtains and everything in between, Gunny. For all your household needs. Head on over to Redbubble and search for Horrible Gamers in the search bar. There you can see a link to our store. You see the logo that you see on this podcast player. Get yourself some nice merchandise for your house or for your body or for, I don't know, whatever.
Dog? Do we have dog sweaters? No.
Anyways, head on over to Redbubble. Sorry, not Stitcher. Redbubble. and just search for us and buy some shit. Somebody bought a water bottle this week. I don't know who.
It's summertime. It's hot out there.
It is hot. It is.
Here.
I'm going to have to,
no, it wasn't me.
have to order a hoodie for a payment for my daughter for her project that she's working on.
Oh.
She struck a deal with me.
Oh, she struck a deal. That's good. That's a good deal, actually, because those cities can be expensive. They get like $40.
Yeah, I know. She's like, Dad, if I'm doing this, I want a hoodie. And I'm like, all right, I'll make Jesus pay for it.
Oh man. All right, I got you, Mayo. Anyways. Quick shout out to the intro song for our podcast, Father and Twistics. It is called Breakout. It is a special remix for the show. And the outro song is done by Ricky Alfaras. Thank you, Ricky, for the music. Your Kung Fu song. I'm going to use that again for the outro. I fucking love that song. Anyways, let's talk about what we've been playing this week. I haven't really played much, I guess, in the past 2 weeks. It's just, life's been really fucking difficult for me lately. It's been a lot of mental health, I think, that I'm dealing with right now. A lot of fucking issues, you know what I mean? Like I really felt it, like I'm in a depression, and I feel like I'm in it still, you know, but like I'm dealing with it. So yeah, so it's been like a real fucking shitty week.
The games, there's just not a whole lot out. It's just kind of like
there isn't, and it's kind of weird this year because like I feel like I'm in a depression at the same time. This time of year, usually we got all the hype from E3, and there's just no hype, even with like the console launch. There's like no hype. The hype is not there. Like I remember the hype when the Xbox One was gonna launch. There was fucking hype. Even if that thing was like a big ass VCR and it had to connect and all that bullshit, it was hype around that. There was hype around the PS4 as well. There was super hype. People were talking about games and pre-ordering, and you saw like fucking Xbox all the time tweeting out pictures and shit of their factories and all this shit. It's like this time you don't even see that. You don't even see like no, there's like no hype. Like this all it's just talking points. It's just like, oh, today Phil Spencer had an interview and he said he's real proud of his team at Xbox. Yeah. It's like, who gives a shit? No shit he's proud. It's his fucking team. What do you mean he's not proud of that shit? Of course he is.
Right.
What are you saying?
Or
He's
Phil Spencer
boss,
thinks
right?
this, or Phil Spencer thinks that, and it's like, okay, I think a lot of things, like boring. But no, like I was just thinking today, actually the last couple of days of, remember when a game used to come out, or there'd be the trailer and there'd be an announcement, and we'd all be talking about it, like, oh my gosh, did you see this today or that? And I feel like I'm gonna speak for everybody here when I say, like, whether it be on Facebook, Discord, other parts of social media. I mean, the only thing like that we've kind of seen that is with now I forgot the name of the game. It's Cyberpunk 2077.
There's more hype for Cyberpunk than there is for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I'd agree.
There's more hype for Cyberpunk than there is for the PS5. It's just like like both of these companies, they're just like not even trying. They're like yeah, new console this year. Yeah, they'll be out in November. Yeah,
Well, the conference, we now have a conference date.
Here's what Gunny. Here's what it looks like, Gunny. Here, check it out. This is what it looks like. Here, 12.2 teraflops. RAM. You guys like hearing the word RAM? RAM.
SSD. I love that word.
GDDR5 RAM. We said RAM, motherfucker. Get hyped.
You got RAM in your console?
Vapor chambers, ray tracing. It's like what are you guys even trying? What the fuck's going on right now? You know what I mean? It's like, what is all this bullshit? It's like no hype. I honestly don't feel hype.
Gunny's right. Maybe Gunny's right. Maybe we're not getting a console launch this year. And
I don't.
They know it. They're just so not happy right now. They're just going, yep, guys. We're gonna have something coming real soon, maybe.
I'll speak on that later. There's a question about that.
It's just like they don't give a fuck. It's like they're just not even trying anymore. You know what I mean? It's like they're just there.
I think it's just a weird time with the whole pandemic and everybody. Because it's just a strange time. Because now we saw. I watched the Ubisoft Direct today, which I thought was fucking amazing. That Far Cry 6 trailer, guys. Go watch it if you haven't. It's awesome. The villain in that is from one of my favorite TV shows, Breaking Bad. Forget the gentleman's name, but it's so good. So good, the trailer. Oh, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, more gameplay shown today. I was able to watch that before running out for lunch, and that looks amazing. It looks different. I was telling Mayo's son that it looks different. It looks better for the most part. As far as the combat goes.
The little bit I've seen, it reminded me of The Witcher. I don't know why. It just kind of gave me that Witcher feel to it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just, you know what? I think I'm just excited because hopefully let's just say you ever play a game and you think, hey, I hope the next one, they kind of change it to where it's just better or something, or it's just more fun, like hitting somebody with a sword or, some kind of mallet or larger weapon or something. And that's what I felt today. I thought, yes, hopefully I think they nailed it. So I can't wait to play Valhalla and Far Cry 6. Cannot wait. Those games look great.
I'm excited for Far Cry 6. That villain, that dude, he plays Gus in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And like in that show, he's such like a evil motherfucker. Like in front of everybody's eyes, he seems like a nice person, in public. But like he's running like a whole drug empire in front of like everyone, you know what I mean? He's like running like a whole meth lab and shit, everything, and he's like a real fucking killer, he'll fucking kill you and your whole family and shit,
El Pollo Loco.
Yeah, he's a crazy dude, but he always plays a good bad guy. That actor, he does a really good job of being a bad guy. And every show that he's a bad guy, he does a good job at it,
He really does. I've seen him in a few other TV shows since then. He's just a great actor.
Even like The Mandalorian, he's the bad guy in that. You know what I mean? So like, he does a good job of just being a bad guy.
Yeah, he's like the nicest bad guy ever.
Yeah,
I think he pulls that off like perfectly.
He's a smooth bad guy. He's like a bad guy that like James Bond would be going up against or some shit. Like Batman or something.
Exactly. Yeah, he would be great in a Batman movie. Now that you mentioned it. He
would be a good villain. He'd be a good like Two-Face or some shit like that.
Oh, perfect. Love it.
Yeah, Mayo. Mayo's like, shut up, fucking nerds.
Yeah. Well, I was just sitting there thinking, Ubisoft does a really good job in their Far Cry series of their bad guys. I've been playing, Far Cry 5, and I love their bad guys, because they're just neat. And they just have that, that feeling to them. They're like, oh, these guys are legit crazy, Even as far back as like Far Cry 3, I remember that like, oh, bad guy's pretty cool, and it seems kind of nuts, and different things are going on, and then and I didn't really play much of 4, but I went straight to 5. But
I forgot the gentleman's name in 4, but it was supposed to be your mother's ex. Lover,
or some shit like that. Right? He's your dad, right? Like your stepdad. Or
is he your dad?
I
can't remember if he was like your actual father or if he was just the boyfriend, but either way, he was a nutcase, and that was fun.
Yeah, he was fucking bad shit crazy. Like, bad shit crazy. But anyways,
5. Yeah.
Besides all that shit, I've been playing Call of Duty this week. I played some more Call of Duty. Went back to that. There's a new map out, but I haven't played it. There's like a new map. I know there's a new map. I don't know for what mode, but it was like there, and I just haven't played it because I played a little bit of it, like an hour or two of it, and it's running great, still running good, and I'm playing with mouse and keyboard still, and I'm still doing pretty good. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me how used to I got into the mouse and keyboard. You know, like I guess it took a while, but it eventually just feels normal now. I guess it's kind of awkward, you know, because I try to play with the controller and I just can't aim.
Right, and that's the way I am. I just feel so bad when I play with the controller because I can't aim with anything.
I'm like, this is fucking shit. This is shit. I can't aim with these guns, especially sniper rifles. And the sniper rifles, I cannot aim for shit with the fucking controller. But yeah.
No, I hand the controller to my kid.
Sidewalk chalk, and you're trying to do like real precision drawing.
Yeah, it's real hard. It's real fucking hard. But besides Call of Duty, what else have I played this week? Oh, a little bit more of The Last of Us 2. I'm pretty sure I'm near the end of that game. Because I just fought like this really, really, really hard zombie. It was like a boss zombie almost. Like it was so hard. I died probably like 7 times. I'm not even kidding, Gunny. I died about 7 times. Yeah. And you'll know when you get there. It's like a real creepy part of the game. And then you run into this motherfucker. It's like running into like the Nemesis and like Resident Evil or something like that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's a fucking huge zombie, and he's a bad motherfucker, and he comes after you, dude. He comes after you. No matter where you hide, he comes after you, and you can't melee him or anything, so you have to like shoot him. And like I used all my bullets on him, and it was fucking crazy. Like I barely killed him, dude. And I'm playing that shit on like easy or normal. So like
I'm playing on normal, so I can't wait to get to this part and go, where's fucking down to baby mode?
Yeah, because you're gonna run out of ammo, dude. You're gonna run out of fucking ammo. You watch. Besides,
you don't get a lot of ammo, even on normal.
No, you don't. No. But besides The Last of Us 2 and that, me and my kid were playing Beat Saber yesterday. She's pretty good at it. She likes Beat Saber. That's the one thing that I guess the VR on the PlayStation gets used for is Beat Saber. Like that's it, really. Like my kid comes over and she plays Beat Saber. She fucking loves that game.
It's a good game. It really is.
It's addicting, you know, like once you start playing it, you're getting the fucking rhythm and at first you may be off by a little bit, but then when you start getting the rhythm of all the songs and the blocks and everything, the way shit goes, next thing you know, you're just fucking jamming out, going super fucking quick, and you're like, holy fuck, I can't believe I beat that song, you know? It's pretty awesome.
Do you have any updates on your Oculus? I know last time you talked about it.
Oh no, I haven't tried it again. I haven't tried it. I should. I just haven't.
I think I was going to tell you at a time when we were doing the show, and I cut out because it was down. I lost internet. There is a hidden thing in the menus. It's not in the menus, but like under where your Oculus is installed, and it has an actual diagnostic tool that you can go into, and maybe you can find something in there that'll help it.
Yeah, maybe Mayo.
Or no, I was going to say maybe you did play it too, Jesus, and I may have just not heard it. But there's another game like Beat Saber that's on Oculus, similar to it. You guys might have played.
There's a lot
Pistol
of
Whip.
games.
Pistol Whip. Yeah, there's a bunch of rhythm games. Yeah.
Witcher, if you got that, Jesus, on Oculus.
Yeah, there's a lot of games out there. Besides all that, I played some Battlefield 5 this week. I bought it on the Steam sale for like $25. And Battlefield
that was $25.
Yeah.
That game's still that expensive.
Yeah.
How much? 25, yeah.
And it's going to be supported till next year, because next year is when the Battlefield 6 comes out, I guess. Yeah. So, I was playing that shit, and it looks incredible, dude. I was playing it on my OLED, actually, in 4K. 4K, getting a little over 60 frames on Ultra, everything Ultra, and and the game runs pretty fucking incredible. Like, even my brother was like, "Holy shit, dude!" He was like, "What were you playing?" I'm like, "Battlefield," and he's like. He's like, that looks like a war movie. It looked like, I thought you were watching like a fucking war movie at first. He was like, and then I noticed that you were actually playing a game. He's like, but at first I was walking by and I glanced over. I thought you were watching like some kind of World War II movie or some shit. He's like, and then I started watching and you were actually playing. And he was like, I was like, fucking, hey, holy shit, that looks real. So it's kind of
polished.
Yeah, but on Ultra, dude, like. Dude, it looks fucking incredible on the OLED, man.
Did you
Ultra,
play the new,
HDR, all that shit going. Fuck.
Yeah. Did you play those 1942 maps or whatever they are? The island maps?
The Eastern Front, yes.
Came out like six months ago?
The Japanese Empire versus America. Yeah. Of course, that's exactly what I was playing. So, awesome, I was playing all that, and yeah. Some of those maps are very lopsided, though. For example, Iwo Jima, that was like a really lopsided map. And there's also, there's Iwo Jima and there's Wake Island. And Wake Island was super lopsided because we were the Japanese. And I tried to spawn on an airplane, right? Like I spawned on an airplane to fly a bomber or whatever, or like a plane to like drop bombs on these fucking tanks. And the spawn is on the island. Like, you spawn in the plane on the runway. And guess what's going on in the runway? There's a fucking battle in the middle of the runway. There's fucking tanks and jeeps and shit flying around and people shooting at you and shit. So like as soon as I turn on the plane, the propeller starts and I start fucking going down the runway to take off, because you got to have like a certain amount of speed to take off, because whatever, fucking roof physics. If you fucking going down the runway to take off, what happens? A fucking tank shoots me and I'm dead. One bullet. Boom, one shot.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
airplane's blown up. It's like,
because if you're on the ship, it's a lot better.
Yeah, if you're on the ship, then yeah, there's going to be no tanks that can shoot you on the ship. You know what I mean? You have a better chance of you might get a lucky shot from a tank across the map or something, but the chances of that are really low compared to like you being on the fucking island where the battle's going on and you're trying to take off and there's a fucking Jeep in front of you that, you know what I mean, that's like half blown up, and you're trying to fucking drive your plane around the fucking Jeep so you can take off down the runway. It's just impossible. I was like, who the fuck designed this shit? Who the fuck thought of this? This was the greatest fucking design to put on here, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to let the airplane spawn on the ground and you can take off in them. It's like, fuck that. Why can't they spawn in the air? Like, just spawn me flying
just appear.
in. Yeah, just have me flying in.
That with what was it? Was it Battlefield 1?
Yes. The planes would just spawn in the air. Yeah. You didn't? Yeah. What the fuck happened to that idea? They just didn't like it? It's not immersive.
They want to be more realistic, Jesus. It's more realistic to put you on the ground.
It's not immersive enough. It's more immersive. It's more immersive when you're on the ground and your ass gets blown up by a tank before you even take off. That's more realistic. Yeah. Like, it's fucking bullshit, dude. I was fucking pissed. Those fucking tanks were assholes, too, because they were just camping the spawn. So, like, every time every time I'd spawn in a fucking plane, there'd be like 3 tanks just shooting at me. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Kills.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's great. You guys are just chilling here. And like, where's all our tanks at? All our tanks were like in the water and shit, trying to drive through the water. I'm like, what are you doing? That tank doesn't float. It's going to sink. What the fuck are you doing? Our tanks were like doing other dumb shit around the map. It was just fucking stupid.
I thought it was amphibious. Come on.
Yeah, it was fucking dumb. I was like, this is fucking stupid as shit. But yeah, the Japanese maps are they're pretty cool overall. Like, it has a new like style, I guess, to the aesthetic of the game. Because like World War II, you always think World War II when you think like cities and fields and fucking Nazi flags everywhere and fucking Italian flags everywhere and fucking all that shit. You know what I mean? And then. Right. Or British flags everywhere and Americans everywhere. When you look at the Japanese is always the Japanese, the side of the war, the Eastern theater or whatever, Pacific theater. That's always interested me a lot more. And seeing like that play out is fucking cool. It's fucking cool as shit. But yeah, I look forward to playing more of Battlefield 5. It's a pretty fun game. I'm pretty low rank, but I got teamed up with some pretty cool people overall, like playing with randoms. Like some of the squad people were actually communicating, which I was surprised. But they were like actually doing call outs and shit and like having communication in the squad. I'm like, wow, you guys are actually using microphones? Like,
wow.
Like you guys are actually talking and doing call outs and like strategizing how to beat the enemy? We actually beat the enemy when you do that, you know, like
right.
Like, oh, what a surprise. When you use teamwork, you're able to defeat the enemy no matter how strong they are, you know? But yeah.
Those are good times.
Yeah, and they got some pretty cool like new features in the game. Like now as the squad commander, you could always call in the V1 rockets or whatever, like with 40,000 points. But now they have something that's a little bit smaller. It's an artillery strike, so you call in this artillery strike anywhere on the map, or you have to like point at it with your binoculars and then target the area. But they pretty much shell the area with a bunch of mortars, and that's really good. It's really effective against tanks, you know what I mean? Because we had these guys spawn trapped on their spawn, and their tank was fucking our guys up. They had this one tank, dude, that was just sitting there, you could just tell they were just racking up the points, just mowing down everyone on the fucking team, on my team. And I called in the mortar strike on that fucking tank, and I blew his ass up. I was like, yeah, Hero Jesus. Hero Jesus came in to save the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
America.
I don't remember. See, Jesus, I don't remember that when I played so when those maps first came out, I got it day one. You can do, I think it was like a free trial a week or weekend with those maps. Yeah, I just don't remember the artillery strike, so that would be cool. I just didn't pull the trigger on buying them.
They got that, and then they got like a smoke screen like thing that you can call in too. It's like the artillery strike. You have to target it with your binoculars, but it like shoots a bunch of smoke, like shells or whatever, into that area. So it covers the whole area with smoke, and it makes it really hard for the enemies to spot you. So you can run across like fields and streets and shit, and rush the enemy. But yeah, other than Battlefield and all those games, that's all I've really been playing this week, man. I really haven't had time to game much else. Titanfall 2 has been a great game that I've been playing here on and off. There's no better feeling in the world. I swear to God, like it's almost as good as having sex. When you're getting chased by somebody, or you just kill like a few guys on the enemy team, or you see a Titan coming towards you, like an enemy Titan. And then you're running away from it, and you're grappling around walls and wall running and shit, and you're sliding, and you slide through a window, and then it shows like your Titanfall is ready, you know, standing by for Titanfall. And then you call it in, and it's like, stand by for Titanfall, and the fucking Titan comes down hella quick, and you grapple onto that motherfucker, and you jump in, and it's like, hello, pilot, welcome back, you know, transferring control to pilot, and the fucking screen comes on, and then next thing you know, you're fighting two other mechs and shit, and then your other buddy comes up in a mech, and they're fucking shooting their fucking ion laser beam across and shit. It's like a fucking Power Rangers movie, man. This shit's fucking cool as shit.
I'm like, it's like Jesus playing Power Rangers over here.
It's fucking cool as shit, man. Me and Jonathan were like playing Power Rangers, man. This shit's fucking cool, dude. I'm like, fuck yeah. It's like a bunch of big-ass mechs and robots fighting each other. It's pretty much the Power Rangers. You know, if the Power Rangers use guns, they would be Titanfall pilots.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
What color ranger would you be, Jesus?
The fucking red one, of course, bro.
You'd be yellow.
The red one, or the green one, or the white one, or the black one. Those were all the cool ones.
Why not the yellow?
The yellow one is the Asian girl, dude. No one wants to be the yellow one, all right? Or the pink one is the girl. Duh, Gunny, come on.
Okay.
Duh. No one wants to be the blue one either. Fuck the blue one. It's all about the red one, the green one, the white one, and the black one.
I don't know my Power Rangers. I know my Transformers.
Of course you don't fucking know them, Gunny. Damn it, you. What about you, Mayo? Do you know your Power Rangers?
No, I don't know my Power Rangers.
Dude, I used to love Power Rangers. As a kid, I used to have a fanny pack with the Power Rangers on it.
Oh.
I had a fucking Power Rangers fanny pack, and then I had the Power Rangers watch and the shoes that would light up. So it was all matching.
I know the little sound it makes, that little dee 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 or whatever it is. I don't remember anymore as well, but
Yeah, man, I had the light up shoes and the watch with the Power Ranger shit on it and then the little fanny pack. I thought I was the shit wearing that. Yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, Titanfall 2 runs incredible on the PC. Like I said before, it runs a solid 144. Constantly stays there. It just doesn't drop. Literally, it just doesn't fucking drop. It just stays there. And it's smooth as shit. And it's incredible to see it like running that good, you know? Like, that game is so fluid, man. And when it runs that good, it's like, wow. Just wow. It's like Call of Duty. When Call of Duty runs at 140 frames and you're just playing it and you're like, fuck, this is so great. This is the best thing ever. This is like
smooth as butter.
Yeah. That's where, when people say that, that frames can be king. My son was over the other day and he was playing Valorant on my PC compared to his PC. Mm. And, my computer's newer built and it's a lot more powerful. Yeah. And he's like, wow, it's just so much better. He's like, I was getting almost 300 frames, even though my monitor's only 144. Yeah. But it was running on Ultra. He's like, it looks so much more crisp and it's run so much smoother than what it is on mine, And he's like, it's just amazing. He feels so good to play, and he was having fun with it. And he's like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, that's incredible. When you're able to see the difference, and a lot of people, it's kind of shitty that a lot of people cannot experience that because they don't have a PC or they cannot afford one or they don't have one or whatever, And it's kind of shitty that you don't get to experience that. But once you do, it's like, whoo, buddy. Yeah. What else was I gonna say? I forgot. I fucking forgot. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima comes out soon. I might buy that. So
that is this week or next week or
next week?
Soon? Next week. I didn't see that announcement.
I need to finish The Last of Us 2 though before I jump to that. The Last of Us 2 is just like I said. I honestly been really like in a depression, man. Like sad, like really sad this past week and the week before. It's just been really like hell at work and like even today I had to stay an extra 2 hours. Fucking sucks. But I'm just struggling through that, and life and shit. And playing The Last of Us 2 is so bleak.
Yeah. I was gonna say this game's probably not helping.
It's like holy shit, dude. This game is so sad. It's so like it's just people dying all the time and sadness and you're like, oh man, I'm getting attached to this person and I know they die. like I feel bad, It's like, oh god, what the fuck? It's just shitty, Mm-hmm. And the whole world is just shitty at this point in time, fucking virus.
Yeah, I think it's just in general because I'm kind of the same way. Like I haven't played a whole lot myself this week, and it just a lot of things going on. Besides the video game world and the computer world, and it's just a combination of things. I think it's just the lack of games right now to be excited about, the lack of stuff to be talking about right now. The been there, done that feeling kind of right now, I feel.
Yes. That's what I feel like. It's like, dude, right now we would have been past E3. Right now we would be at literally the peak of our coverage of everything that was shown at E3. And what do we have to talk about right now? We really have nothing to talk about but fucking executives getting fired for sexually harassing people and fucking a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Cancel season. I don't recommend watching YouTube because everything is you're canceled, I'm canceled, we're all canceled.
Everyone's getting dropped from their sponsors and Twitch is banning people and all this shit's going on. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, it's just the world it's fucking shitty. It sucks. That's why I'm like, where the fuck is the hype for these consoles? I just don't feel it. I don't feel like it feels like no, and I know some of you guys may really be hyped, and then I may just be downplaying it because I don't really give a shit because I got a PC, but
that's what I was getting ready to ask you. Because you own a PC now?
But at the same time, like, dude, like I want a new console and I look forward to them, and it's like there's no hype. There's nothing that they've shown me that's hyped me up. Like,
well, everything is piecemeal now, right? Did you notice that everything is like Ubisoft did their own thing and EA did their own thing. Sony did their thing last, month, and Xbox
like literally
another thing in 2 weeks. So it's all spread out.
There's more hype for Cyberpunk than anything else this year.
That
it
is
really
true.
is. And that's
I am
and that's a
certainly
video
hyped
game. That's a fucking video game. That's not even a console. It's not even like a exclusive. It's nothing. It's just a game. And there's more hype for that than there is for the entire new console generation. Like a whole new generation,
hopefully,
dude.
I generally, if you all listened to the show last week, I was very, a Debbie Downer and Mr. Optimistic, but I did read today, or the last couple of days. I'm trying to take all this information in as much as possible, and I don't have the dates in front of me, but I know maybe you guys heard something different. The PlayStation is announcing their date and price next week. I don't know.
I read something about that too.
Is it next week? It's the week before the Xbox conference.
Yes.
So I'm like, good. We need. That's what I've been asking for. We need a fucking date and a price. Give it to me, please. Yeah. Stop fucking around already. I'm sorry. Just stop screwing around and let's name it. Everybody wants to pre-order, right? We know what games are coming out, and for November. Hopefully, there's going to be some surprise stuff for November. And yeah, let's stop screwing around, guys. Seriously, Microsoft, PlayStation.
Seriously.
No, I'm serious. It's like ticking me off at this point because I want Nintendo to even get in there with a Direct and say what's coming, what's new for the Switch, even though I don't own one. We need to get excited. We really do.
Yeah, we need some positivity in our fucking lives. Like honestly, this whole Corona shit, everyone's been in lockdown or
it's more that second
and it's not even lockdown. It's like shit opened up and shit's closed again.
It closed down last week for me.
Yeah,
for my business.
What the fuck? I wanted shit to stay open. Motherfuckers cannot wear masks. Oh, that pisses me off too. People are pissing me off that don't like to wear a mask. If you don't like to wear a mask, I'm sorry, but you piss me off. Just wear a fucking mask. It's not that hard. It's a mind control device, Jesus. They're controlling your mind. They're telling you what to do. You're following the sheep. It's like, if the government wants to control you, they can. They own you, motherfucker. Since you're born, they assign you a fucking number when you're born. You know what I mean? They know who the fuck you are. They don't need a fucking mask to control you, motherfucker. They know everything about you. That your driver's license, they know that. They know your property. They know what vehicles you drive. They know where you work. They know where you live. So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's just what it is.
So I don't want to call any names here, but I'm sure he will definitely agree with me for some of the things that he puts on social media, and he listens to the show. And that is that, if you go into a business, right, whether it's food or wherever you go, right, have some respect and wear a mask, please. That's what I'm saying. Please put a mask on. I'm just saying, if you're going to go into somebody else's business, put a mask on. We don't care
if they want you to, you know what I mean? Just put one on. At my work today, I was notified that one of my coworkers is infected with the coronavirus, and now I work in a place that like we're pretty close contact with each other. We're constantly sharing forklifts, constantly in enclosed areas with people. Like real close to people sometimes. And one of them got coronavirus. Now I'm thinking, that shit's going to spread. Just how fast and how quick is it going to spread is the scary part. And I have no idea, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, today I was sitting there at work thinking the whole time, like, fucking, hey, I'm at risk right now. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
It's very stressful.
No matter what I've done to avoid this, coming to work has put me at risk of this shit, Mm-hmm. That's the shitty
part. Work also, Jesus, because... I'm basically a forklift operator at my warehouse, for the same company, and we share equipment. So we have probably 150 pieces of equipment, and we switch from day shift to night shift. Mm-hmm. And then but what they do, they offer like sanitation wipes, and we wipe down our equipment. So we wipe down all the handles and the levers and all the keyboards and all that stuff with, the sanitation wipes. But you still have that, like you said,
I thought, like,
you're still close to people and, and
I work for a large company just like you two, and they offer all that same stuff to me to clean all my equipment, even as a truck driver, my dolly, my hand truck, but still I'm going into a lot of customer stops, and you're fairly close, but we're all wearing masks, by the way. I mean, I gotta say, like, nobody's
we're all wearing masks,
there are those few that refuse to wear it.
Like you said, you own a place that has food or something like that, it'd be like going to a friend's house and them asking you to wear a mask when you're around them at their house, and you'd be like, no, you would just want to have that respect, you'd be like, okay, because I had that respect for you, I'm going to wear it because that's what you wish. If the store you want to go into wants you to wear a mask, then just have that respect and wear the mask and take it off when you get out, and
there you go.
That's what we have here in Ohio. There's a couple stores. There's one that's like half a block away from me. I've been going to it quite a bit, and I've gotten there a couple times, and we don't have to have a mask when we're like out in public, but when you go into a store and stuff, you do have to have one. And I forget it in my car. I'm like, oh man, I had to walk all the way back to the car.
Yeah, same here. I've done that.
And then I walk all the way back, and I still do it. I don't complain and stuff. But it's just, I don't know. It can be a respect thing. I feel like
be nice to people, man. Like I've seen people throwing like. There was a lady I saw. She walked into like a shoe store, and the people, like the girl at the shoe store, was like, "Hey, you need to wear a mask to be in here." There's a sign at the door that says, "The law says you need to wear a mask." She's like, "Fuck you! I'm wearing no mask." And she was like, "Give me a mask then." And the girl's like, "Well, we don't have masks here to give you. Go buy one or go get one, and then return, and we'll gladly fucking give you whatever shoe you want." And she like grabbed the shoe boxes and threw it at the girl. I'm like. You fucking idiot. Like what the fuck is the point of that? Like why do you do that? Like, and it's kind of shitty that the employees have to enforce that. Like
it is.
Literally, it's probably like minimum wage people have to enforce these fucking rules, and it's shitty.
That is, I think that's where you're talking about details of a lot of things that I've heard, and I've asked people, and I've just asked them in a very polite way, like, oh, hey, how is it like try to enforcing things? She's like, well, I'm simply a cashier, and it's tough for me to play security guard at the same time. I've heard that so many times, and I'm like, oh, that must be rough, to try and, like you said, enforce these rules that are, that people set forth, and that's rough. It's hard.
The same store I walk over to that requires a mask, they actually have a police officer on site.
No shit.
Stand there when you first walk in, and he's in a mask, and he'll kind of greet. Yeah, he's kind of like their store greeter right at this point. He walks in, and he's super nice. But yeah, he is a Columbus police officer actually, and he greets you when you walk in. So it's just, and then they still have notifications over the PA. Like we require all customers to wear a mask. And I remember thinking in my mind, I'm like, is there somebody in here not wearing a mask?
Yeah.
That way they're making.
Did like somebody take it off in the middle of the store and shit? Like, you know what I mean?
So,
I saw
in my mind.
And the place where I bought the house, like the area, I'm not going to just name where it is, but it's a mostly, it's a different area. It's kind of up in the hills, and but there's literally a sign at the front of the store that says like, oh, we require a mask, but if you see people without one, don't infringe upon their rights and say anything, just be quiet, something like that. And I thought, okay,
that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went back to read it a second time, and I was like, okay. So apparently that's happened where people have tried to, like, other customers have tried to enforce other customers, like.
Oh man, there's people getting arrested and shit over here, dude. Like one of my coworkers was telling me that he went to like a gas station, and there was a guy that went in there like acting all tough, and he didn't want to wear a mask. And the girl called the manager, and the manager was like, "You know what? I'm not even going to argue with you. I'll just call the cops." And he did. He called the cops, and the dude got arrested. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. I'm like, well, you want to be a dumbass and just, the rules, It's like, whatever, dude. But yeah, anyways, enough mask talk, people. I know you guys don't want to hear that. I know you guys are like, oh, God, these motherfuckers are talking about masks.
Yeah.
But that's all I played this week, Gunny and Mayo. What have you guys played?
Wow. See, so I've just been doing the house buying simulator, birthday party simulator and stuff, so I haven't played a whole lot. I don't think I've played too much of The Last of Us 2 since we podcasted last, so I'm not too much into that. Yeah, what else did I play? A little bit of Diablo 3. Started a Necromancer character. So I think I'm at level 17.
It's fun. I like the Necromancer character.
I just haven't played it in so long. I have played it like randomly in the last couple of years, but it's been with like just joining other people. Like, hey, you join my game. I'm like, oh, sure. I've got some level 70s, a level 13 character. I think you can have like 6 or 8 slots. So I've done random plays with friends on Xbox. But yeah, this time I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a single player. I'm going to do a Necromancer, try to get to my level 70, get that achievement. Because I think I don't think you have to do it solo. But now I remember what it is. If somebody else joins you, it automatically increases the difficulty. Yeah, even if you're playing on normal mode.
The only thing we ever did was the seasonal characters, and you were 70 in a matter of an hour or two. You would find somebody to power level you. You get yourself up to 70 as fast as possible, and you'd spend the next 2-3 months fine tuning your character, getting all the gear that you need, get all the gear that works with each other, and to see how far you can get on those leaderboards. And you run those really high dungeon runs, and these really high torment levels and stuff, and see how far you can get. But I just remember the Necromancer. My favorite thing was the exploding corpse. I don't know if you ever played around with that. When you kill people, you can make the little corpses explode.
Oh gosh,
I just thought that was fun.
That one's probably the funnest I've played. I think I've played all the characters in Diablo 3, and so you do get that early on. And I think you have to get 5 corpses, something like that. But either way, and it's just this like red bloody explosion. And yeah, that is super cool. I love how it does it where, like, it doesn't have to be it is kind of a random spot, but normally it's where the enemies that are alive are. So there'll be that circle of exploding corpses, and it's just like this bloodbath of explosions, and that one is super cool. I do enjoy that. I think that one's probably my favorite perk point or whatever. That's your abilities they're called. And yeah, those
have you gotten to, is it Windsmere, the little the rainbow unicorn type world where it's all green? And
I've done that several times over the last few years. But not with this character. Like I've got like, I think I have 3 characters at 70. So obviously I've been there many times. And those are fun. Like I'm one of those people too, where I have to like almost explore every single area to uncover all the fog of war, in the map. So I'm like, oh, I missed a corner. I have to go back or something, I'll run back over there. Okay. It's discovered,
right.
And I found some enemies over there to kill. But I've been finding more, loot goblins. I've noticed this time around.
Oh yeah, the loot.
So I mean, obviously the game's been updated many times in the last couple of years, and yeah, loot goblins seem to be more plenty, but like not as many. Like I may not find an exotic weapon each time, but either way, I'm like, okay, I hear the loot goblin. Where is it? You do have to kind of search it out, but you'll follow the little coin trail, and you'll know where it is.
Right. Have you ever fought Greed? Do you remember fighting Greed at all?
I don't know. I've probably beaten every boss in that game several times, but
you have to. Yeah, I think you have to destroy a puzzle ring, and it opens up a level, and you can go and fight Greed, and it's like he's got a whole bunch of money that drops and a whole bunch of gear that drops and stuff. But that's a really fun fight. If you haven't done it, I suggest try to do it. You take a puzzle ring and you destroy it, and it will open up a portal to Greed. And it's just like a really small level, but it's just a quick boss fight, but it's a lot of fun.
And I know, like, let's just go back a couple years when I was playing that game a lot, was on the PC. Obviously, it's a different game that you can mod it up to make the game even more difficult and, find better weapons and armor and things. And I remember just being jealous going, why do I not have a PC to play this on, So this was probably more 3 years ago. But I thought, oh, man, I just need to get the PC version for this. But I think eventually I will. Like, if it's ever on sale, I'll definitely pick it up for PC. Just because there's so much more to it than the console version. But, yeah, either way, it looks great running on an OLED TV. Like, the art style, 4K. Because my kid was like, whoa, I didn't know that game looked that good. I'm like, well, it's 4K. That's why. HDR.
It kind of makes me want to play it. I've thought a couple times about re-downloading it because I have it on the PC and just doing a seasonal character to try and maybe find out when the next season will start and do a quick seasonal character.
I want to say it was like season 4 on the Xbox. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. It could be season 7 or 8 for all I know. But anything else I played? No, I just played some like mobile stuff on PC. Stuff from the Ninja Kiwi. geez, more Mud Runner. That's about it. Yeah.
How's your Mud Runner adventures going?
It's
Anything
going
new and exciting?
okay. Not really, because I just been like doing just the basic tasks of it. It is becoming a little like where I'm like, okay, I got to start in this map. I got to drive all the way to the other side of the map, enter a new map because it doesn't have like a garage base, So maybe I got to bring like a gas trailer with me or something. So it is like tedious at this point. Like, oh man, this is going to be rough. How do I get all my vehicles to this next map? Like the difficulty is increasing, we'll say. So, but there is like strategies and stuff to it where, oh, you just leave this truck on this map and that truck on that map. And, and then I don't know. I probably just been watching more Twitch streams of it than actually playing it. But yeah, but I do watch it now. Every couple of days I do get in there and I'll complete a couple tasks, something that's going to be like worth an hour to increase, to keep going. So, but it's just been slow. It's not like something I've been playing every day. So, yeah, I'll probably get in and play some more Fallout 76. I know that Betterholic, it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Pretty sure it's Xbox and PC Game Pass.
I will check actually real quick while we're talking about it. So I know everybody was talking about that for a little while. I had like a little recent resurgence of everybody, all excited for it, and then it kind of got quiet again. Yeah.
It's definitely like, was it better or somebody asked me about it? But it's okay. Like since I like action games, it's perfect for me to like jump in, go explore for an hour. I can go to this work job site thing to sign up for to be like a paramedic, right? And there's people there and real people, and you can go talk to them and hang out and strategize and things like that. But definitely if you have friends and you've got objectives, it's great. It's really good. That's where it's a lot of fun with friends.
It is on the PC Game Pass.
Yeah, and it was on that Steam sale for a while. I think it was only like $10. It was on the cheap, so maybe we'll see another resurgence in it. And they do have like events in the game, along with their. But I've never played their battle royale. I have no interest in it, but so I just play the regular map, and it does have its own events to go kill dragons and stuff.
There's no crossplay, right?
No, unfortunately.
So like we can't play together, no. Unless I fired it up on the Xbox.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's on that Windows 10 app. I could be wrong because I just looked on you know what? I think I downloaded it. I'm going to fire that up really quick here and I will take a look because I think I downloaded it yesterday, but I had a lot. It was a good party yesterday. Well, let's just say that. Yes, it is right here. I got a big hangover today. A lot of cake, a lot of beer. Yeah, Fallout 76 right here. It's installed on the Windows 10. So I just call it the Windows 10 version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the Bethesda launcher.
Yeah. A lot of times other people like on the PC are like, you have a Steam version, a Windows version, they stay away from the Windows version. They don't it doesn't seem to play as well for some reason. I know Quantum Break was a big one on that. When it was out on the PC originally, it was on the Windows Store only, and people had problems with it. And then I'm sure it's probably because of the maturity of the game being on PC for a while. When it finally did relaunch on Steam, everybody's like, "Oh, it runs so much better, and there's no problems." And I'm sure it's probably just because they had the time to mature and get used to it.
So you remember when? What's the? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here on Microsoft's pirate game, the
Sea of Thieves.
The Sea of Thieves. Thank you. So when that came out on Windows 10, I want to say it was just prior to the Xbox launcher coming out. Oh, and we're YouTubers and we're mainstream Steam guys, and we don't like to play your game on a Windows 10 version. It's not exactly a PC game, and rah rah rah. So. But thankfully, Uncle Phil, what did he do? he put it on Steam. He's like, no, we'll put it on Steam for you guys, right?
Yeah, right.
So, and people love it.
I know Jesus kind of actually stood away from it, but a little bit of discussion is some news topics here too, is where, so we hear, we'll get into it later more, but Sony is investing in Epic. And I wonder if we're seeing this little divide right now, and they're kind of fighting on the PC market. We're kind of, if you look, most of your Microsoft games are kind of on Steam, and it seems like Sony, who, you know, showcased the Unreal Engine and this next gen stuff with the, you know, that video that Unreal did.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, they were kind of almost acting like they were partnering up because it was only, you know, it was played on a PS5, you know, supposedly, you know, and they did their little thing. And now Sony's kind of investing a good chunk of money, we can get into that later, but in Epic, and all your exclusives so far, with the exception of Horizon Zero Dawn, was on the Epic Store. So I wonder if Epic and Sony are kind of getting together, and Microsoft and Steam are kind of getting together. And this is kind of Sony's way of battling what Microsoft is doing with Steam. Is, okay, well, we'll try to help and see what Epic can do. Or Epic is trying to get a hold of Sony and get some of their exclusive games on there. Because we know, you know, the Epic Game Store is trying to be what Steam is. Sure. And so maybe, you know, they realize before they try to do it with exclusives, and this is a way of doing it still with exclusives, but maybe, you know, okay, maybe we'll get these PlayStation exclusives to our Epic Store. That'll get some Steam guys over here, you know what I mean? And so that's probably the draw for them. But I just wonder if you almost see that divide kind of starting to happen, where you see all the Microsoft titles on Steam, and you're seeing, you know, the PlayStation titles, I got a feeling, are going to be coming to Epic. Now, yeah, I did see, you know, you have Detroit Becomes Human and stuff like that. It has now launched on Steam, but it was, I think, a 6-month timed exclusive, you know. So now a couple of those games are coming to Steam, and those, you know, they were Sony exclusives, but they weren't like locked to Sony. You know, they weren't like first party stuff, I don't believe, you know, because, you know, I can't remember the maker of Detroit Becomes Human, Quantic Dream, I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's
you know, I mean, they were their own studio, so they just kind of had their ties with Sony, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, and also the new Ratchet and Clank game. Well, yeah, let's just use that one for example, because that's just the one that's coming to mind. I think that'll be. Well, who's doing? Okay, Spider-Man is owned by. That's a new Sony IP. Well, it's from the studio they just bought. I can never remember their name. But let's just say the new Ratchet and Clank game, the new Spider-Man game, you know, they're coming out in November. So the question for you is, Mayo, when will those come to the Epic Store? I don't think they'll come day one, because I think Sony still believes in console exclusives.
Yeah.
Do you think it's 6 months or 1 year, and then it will? I think that's what they'll do. That's me personally. I think, okay, in 1 year they'll say Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Epic, exclusive.
I think I would say 6 months, but Microsoft could maybe affect that as they continue to release stuff. Let's say they release it on Steam more often, or, you know, it's going to be coming to PC.
Right.
And Microsoft really starts gaining traction. You know, they're like, oh, we got this game coming out, and the new Halo's on PC. And then, you know, what if you start getting a little bit of an esport, you know, competitive Halo play kicking in, and you start getting some other things in, and Sony is sitting back going, wow, you know, Microsoft's really gaining this traction. We got to start getting some stuff on the PC, you know, and maybe start releasing stuff sooner than they planned on the Epic Store too.
And then that's true. But they'll probably also look at their number of consoles they sold and go, well, we're fine. We don't need to release it for the full year, you know, because we're selling millions of consoles, and like we've done with the PS4. Right. So, yeah, interesting.
Again, I think, you know, Microsoft's, you know, they're obviously not going to win the console war. They're going to get outsold big time this time around, I think.
I still think it's going to be 500. You know, I don't think they're. Yeah, I don't think they're going to try and match. Even though Phil was like, well, we're just keeping our ears open and whatever he officially said. But to me, it was like, okay, so it's going to be 500.
I just feel like it doesn't matter what Microsoft does. Sony's just going to win when it comes to raw sales of their console. Sure. Sony's going to win hands down. I don't care what Microsoft could possibly do. They could sell them things for probably $100. And I still think Sony could win this battle in terms of sales.
Yeah.
Now, if that's what you want to call the win, as a business, I would think what you consider a win is the most money made, and that might be Microsoft. They may win this console war again because, Sony is selling all these PlayStations, but Microsoft is over here making the most money with
that's
Game
true.
Pass.
Yeah, they're still winning with all the money that they're
what do you consider a win? Do you consider the win, okay, we sold more consoles than the other company, or we made more money than the other company? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the way I look at it. Microsoft's making some really good moves, and I'm not like a big fan of Microsoft or anything. I'm kind of neutral. I like these Sony exclusives and these games that Sony come out are great. But when you see what Microsoft is doing with this pay to use these games, with Game Pass, it's great. I love it, and I don't use it a ton like I should. But
they still get your $5 every month, don't they? Or $7, depending on how much you paid for it.
Yeah, I pay for the Ultimates. I use my Xbox One, and I have it on the PC. So I give them $15 a month, and I don't think I've played a Game Pass game in probably a couple months now, and they're still getting that money, regardless.
Yeah,
but
you and everybody else, and me, including me. But I probably get my money's worth every week.
I want to check out Fallout 76 and see what all the hype's about. We talk about it on the show, and and Nips plays it, and just different people from the community play it. Maybe I should check it out. It's right there, so you have that ability to check it out, and that's where I feel like Microsoft kind of wins. And I don't know. It just
and the other thing I was going to mention too is maybe somebody, even a listener out there, probably knows about Halo Infinite. Is that coming to Steam day one, or they just haven't said anything? Or do you think they'll announce it in the conference? When is it? Next week? 2 weeks? Something like that?
Yeah, I think they'll just announce it. I think it'd be, obviously it's going to be a Game Pass game. And then I think it might come to Steam at the same time and just say, hey, if you want to buy it, on Steam and play it on Steam, buy it on Steam, play it on Steam.
Right.
But, you can play it next, on the Game Pass too.
Yeah. Game Pass, or no, their game conference, right?
I want to say it's like the 24th or something like that of this month.
I'm going to get the date here. It is that's E3. Let's see. The 2020. Okay, where's the date, folks? No, I don't want to look at May. Somebody's out there yelling at me right now. God damn it! What the hell is it? Oh. Let's see. We're going to say it's July, right?
Yes.
See, and I thought Sony would do something in August, but apparently they're doing something very soon.
The 23rd.
23rd, thank you. Yeah. So, let's see. It is literally a week from now. Would you say? A week and a half. Yeah.
So that'll give me time to... I don't know, Gunny, should I pick up Death Stranding this coming week?
You never... Well,
I'm still on the fence. I know I probably won't even like it. I know I might get bored with it. But it's one of those games I feel like you just kind of have to experience and see, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's more of an art style and stuff, like, oh, you got to witness it. You got to see what this is like. Especially to see what it like on a computer that is very up to date. Like I say, I just built this one not too long ago. It has a 2080 Super, and that's i9.
Where is that?
High frame rate, and want to see what it's like in the best possible graphic settings and frame rate that I can get, and just to see how it plays. And they're promising 60 frames at 4K with any RTX card, I think they were saying.
That's what. Now I'm opening that article. We're kind of reading it while Jesus is away here. Smooth 4K 60 or 100 FPS at 1440p using the DLS.
Yes, with DLSS, it's going to be guaranteed at least 100 frames. So,
wow.
I don't know. I will probably pick it up just to have it in my library, and I know I won't finish it because I know it's a long game. I know it's a slow game, and I'll hear a lot of people in our community that don't finish it. But I want to check it out. It's probably like a lot of our community probably bought the game too, just because they wanted to check it out. They weren't huge maybe fans of going in. They were probably going, I don't know about this game, and they're probably in the same boat I was. I don't know about this game. I know the idea of it. I know I was intrigued by the streams I was watching back in the time when it was first coming out. And I remember my daughter, she came in the room and she sat down and started watching some of this cutscene we were watching, and she's like, "What is this?" And I told her, and she's like, "Well, can we get it for our computer?" And I was like, "No, this is a Sony game right now." And she's like, "Oh man, it looks really good." And she sat there in the room and watched it for a good 45 minutes with me. And this is my teenage daughter, I was trying to hold her attention and not be on a cell phone. It was kind of interesting, And so, and that story is kind of neat. And I think I'm going to go ahead and probably just pick it up regardless and just enjoy it some. And I know I'm probably not going to beat the game. And this will probably hold me over until Horizon comes out in August.
Yeah, and I just for me, as far as like time goes, that's where I'm like, I just never picked it up because I was so busy. And now I'm like, man, if I pick that up, here's another good example is for all you guys out there that know, my kid's, he's been a PC player for the last, I don't know, since the whole Xbox One PS4 generation. And so, even when I bought him that Xbox, he was like, I'm not playing on the Hobo Xbox, I'm playing PC. And, he's got a good laptop. I bought him a good laptop, probably get him a new, more upgraded PC soon-ish. And so he's like, Dad, I can't believe you still play the old Minecraft on the old Xbox One. But I love it. It's OLED, right? It's 4K. But he's like, you just got to play the Bedrock Edition. It's got mods. I'm like, okay, look here, kiddo. I said, you got to show me these mods. Like, show me what I'd be interested in playing the Bedrock Edition. I know I've downloaded it and played it on his account. And I was like, okay, the colors are not popping like an OLED TV here. And he's like, dude, it's not about that. It's about the gameplay and the mouse and the keyboard. I'm like, no, I know it's very smooth. It's great. I've got this 144 hertz, monitor and 1440p, and it looks so crisp.
It is a really cool looking game when you turn on the ray tracing. If you have the beta and you have an RTX card and you get ray tracing and the effects that they add, what they can do to a block, is really cool. And that's probably the best use of RTX or ray tracing that I have seen in a game. Just how well they do with the lighting and stuff. I was pretty impressed. It really changes the game. You find yourself putting blocks in certain positions to see how the light reacts. Mm-hmm. And just to play around with the physics. That's kind of what that game is. You're kind of playing around with different things and you're seeing how things can interact with each other and stuff like that. So it's like the perfect game for it. And I don't know about RTX, or ray tracing. I keep calling it RTX. I know it's different, but ray tracing is still kind of so-so for me. In the heat of a game, I don't pay attention to it. But if I want to sit there and mess around with the game and try to be like, oh, look at this, or look at that, Control was a good one. When I turned on the ray tracing on that game looks really awesome. Like there's a part where there's like these shutters and blinds, and each blind casts a shadow on this wall. Like you can see each line of the blind, and you can like hit the blinds and they move, and you can see the blinds moving on the shadows and the walls and everything. And it's really cool.
Was that like at the hotel?
It's like an office area, and like it has like office blinds and these big windows, and you can shoot the windows out and destroy the blinds, and the light changes according to when you shoot stuff out and stuff. So
nice.
It's really neat. But I might have to launch that again because I have not launched that since I built this new PC. So maybe I might launch that and see how well it runs.
Yeah, and I haven't played it since I beat it. I know there's been some DLC out for it, but I haven't fired it up.
You played any other games there, Gunny?
No. Let me see here. Again, just random stuff. I wouldn't even say they were mobile games. This is just things I just played on Xbox. No, not really. Just one thing I do want to bring up. I know I mentioned it earlier with Ubisoft is I did watch that Devolver Land our Devolver Digital conference yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty cool. I mean, it's obviously they're not super AAA titles, but
One
they
of
did
my
show off the
friends loves their stuff.
Serious Sam 4. They showed a little bit of that, and it just looks like a more upgraded Serious Sam 3. Today's graphics and whatnot, and same sort of enemies and gameplay, which is what I want. And so that's right up there for me. I want to say, didn't we read an article? I could be wrong on this, Mayo, that was going to be some kind of PC or Epic exclusive or something like that. Was it the new Serious Sam game?
I'm not really sure.
It could be something else, but I was like, no, don't say that. But if it is, like, I'm good though because I've got a PC, so I'm set. Lucky to have all three devices here. Shadow Warrior 3, that looks pretty cool. I recommend going to watch that trailer. I've played 2, and it's meh. It's just it felt like a generic shooter. Yeah, I know I've played 2 for sure.
No, you said Shadow Warrior, right?
Yeah.
I tried that game on PC, the second one, and that game is so fast and Twitch based. I feel like on the PC, I went away from it. I didn't care for it, and I always wanted to give it another shot. I'm like, this game looks really fun, but I just don't like the melee combat in it, and I just feel like I would just stick to the guns the whole time. But it looks like it's really fun.
Yeah, and that Shadow Warriors 3, the trailer looked really cool, and they were using some, what would you call them? Some other kinds of weapons, like within the game devices, that you can put like these enemies through this grinder machine by using a whip, and yeah, it just looked pretty cool. First person type hack and slash shooter. Looks sick. Yeah. Also, along with that, so you were able to download. They announced Devolver Land Expo. It's the game on Steam right away. So I went to Steam right away yesterday and downloaded it. And basically, what that is that you're like this. It's not so much a game; it is more interactive. You start off and you're in this empty expo hall, right? Because it's it's the pandemic, right? So it's empty. But they were very careful on how they worded things. They didn't want to offend anybody. But it's like, yeah, like everything's canceled, but you can go here and play by yourself, right? Because it's safer that way. And it was cool. Like you start out, you go and pick up this gun that's got like these tennis balls or whatever they're in it, and these roving robot deals are in the expo hall, and you shoot them to you got to get around them, because if they capture you, you kind of go back to the beginning. And you just you'll go to the expo hall where they're showing Serious Sam 4 or one of their newest games, and you'll watch the trailer. It'll kind of give you an objective. Hey, watch this trailer. Now,
interesting.
Yeah, there's little you can pick up collectibles that are on the table, and it looks pretty good though. It was pretty neat how if you were actually at an expo, this is what it would look like, And yeah, it was cool. Go to the they're showing Weird West, I think was the name of another game, and that looked like a top down, isometric Western shooter game. And so yeah, you go to that expo hall, watch the trailer, pick up the collectible if you can find it, which is just right there on the table, and and then in the background you can hear even the developer talking about the game, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
kind of an interesting way of doing it. I guess
interactive game. Pretty neat. So I think I went to 4 or 5 different halls. There were some other games that I just didn't write them down. They look pretty neat. Yeah, so I did watch. Oh, and then obviously the Ubisoft conference. I only got to see Far Cry 6 and Valhalla.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, I had to work today, so I had to miss most of the conference. I did get to see the highlights of the Rainbow Six, or not Rainbow Six, but Far Cry 6. And Valhalla. So they look interesting. I'm not hyped. I think they look good, and I kind of feel Jesus is feeling though. I just don't feel that hyped for anything right now. It just seems like yeah, it's gonna be good, but I'm not that excited. I guess I don't really get that excited for Assassin's Creed games anymore. So I think I liked Origins when it came out because it was a kind of a fresh start and it was kind of new. And then when Odyssey came out, I was like, all right, kind of been there, done that. I didn't even buy that one. And now, this one's coming out and I'm going, I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. I don't know if we're skipping the some of that negative news here, but maybe we could just move on to the console corner, right, Jesus? Or you want to go over any of that news that's on there? Either way. Up to you.
You guys want to go do news?
We can do some news, whatever. Probably just on, maybe like on today's stuff.
This is a lot of
news. It's kind of near the bottom here. I just got that stuff from Ubisoft Forward. All the games that were shown and announced.
This right here. Let's move on to some news here. News time! Hello, I'm back, people. I'm back. See, y'all say Jesus talks too much. He never lets Gunny and Mayo speak. Well, look, motherfuckers, you guys got a whole hour of Gunny and Mayo. Yeah.
You feel better to take a nap?
He was taking a nap. We were talking.
I legit left and took a nap and came back.
Anyways, so tired.
Let's talk about news here. NBA 2K21 is going to be $10 more apparently on the new consoles. What do you guys think of all this bullshit, huh? So they're saying that the price for NBA 2K21 will have a recommended list price of $69.99 when it launches on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X this year. And the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the games only have a $59.99 price tag on them. So it's specifically for the next-gen systems that they have a $10 extra on.
Right. So I guess that depends where you're sitting at on that bubble. If you feel like you're going to stay on this current generation, you going, yay, I don't have to pay that $10 more. Them guys have to pay $10 more for their version. But if you plan on getting, the PS5, you're going, I have to really pay $10 more for the same game. It better be a little bit better or a lot better.
Yeah.
Looking if I'm going to pay 10 more bucks than the guy that has the PS4 version, or the Xbox One version. My question is what about PC? So
that's what I've always wondered. Like when this came up, what's going to happen to the PC games? Are they going to go up too?
Because typically they're kind of their own price range. If you look at like the Steam and Origin, they kind of run their own prices, and they do kind of, the AAA titles are now $59.99, maybe they'll go to $69.99, and then it'll just be on sale a lot. You see how much stuff goes on sale on the PC side of things. It's always on sale. There's games always on sale, and so maybe the game just flat out goes to $69.99 on a PC. Because
I think so too. I think that they have to do it, because if they don't do it for the PC, the people are going to be like, what the fuck? Like, the PC can get graphics as good as us, yet they're not paying as much.
Or better if you have a new PC, and you run a 2080 Ti or something like that. Like, this would be the best version of the game graphically and frame rates.
Yeah, so why do I have to pay more than them? Yeah, so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna go up across the board eventually. It's kind of weird that it's a sports game that's doing it first, but I get why, because they're the most popular selling games. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. But it's not weird that EA is doing it. I don't feel.
Well, it's not EA. It's 2K. So it's Take-Two Interactive.
Well, that's right. I was thinking it's just EA for some reason in my mind.
This is the people that own GTA 5 and shit, so it's these guys,
right.
And so obviously they're making money, left and right with GTA and all these other games, but they make a lot of money off these 2K games, I don't know if EA is even doing an NBA game anymore, because I remember the last one they did. The last one they did was so bad they had to like legit cancel it right before launch. Like literally it was like a week before the game even launched, and they just canceled it. They're like, we're gonna cancel it. This is so bad. We just gonna cancel it. Sorry, guys. like literally a
I
week
think
before launch.
I think it's because of Madden. It's so ingrained in my mind as being with EA.
Yeah, you are.
You know, so I'm just automatically thinking 2K is, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I guess $10 isn't a big deal because prices games have not changed in a long time. They are getting way bigger, way more content. You know, these games are. I feel like they're taking longer to beat. You know, while you were gone, Jesus was talking about Death Stranding a little bit. You know, and I still debating about buying this game, and I know I'm not going to beat it. But
that game is long.
as much content that is in that game, is it worth 70 that they're giving to you? Or, you know, because look at the dollar per hour we're spending on these games. It's really not much.
No, it's not. Like I Call of Duty, man. I fucking put days into that thing already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably at a nickel per hour or
some
whatever.
Ridiculous low ass
4 cents.
Like like 2 pennies an hour or something. How many hours I put into that fucking game? So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with this next gen shit. I mean, I think that people are just gonna pay the price. They're gonna just eat the bullet. I mean, as much as people like to talk shit and say like, I will never pay that. I will stand my ground and never do that. You won't. Yeah. You won't. When you don't have a choice, you don't stand your ground. You just do like look at Apple. Remember when Apple was removing the headphone jacks? And everyone was saying, I'm moving to Samsung. I'm never going to get an Apple phone. Apple is stupid. AirPods are stupid. They look stupid. They're dumb. Now look how popular AirPods are. Like everyone that I know has a pair of AirPods. Everyone that I know has a pair of that shit. You know what I mean? Like there's literally no one that I know that uses. There's like no one that I know that uses wired headphones. When you see them walking down the street or at the gym or anywhere, right. I never see somebody with like wired headphones. It's very fucking rare, you know. So
I have a Walkman.
Yeah, so I just think people act like they're gonna stand their ground, but they fucking won't, and they won't with this. Even PC people might a little bit more because they're used to like Steam sales and shit. But even then, like if Cyberpunk came out and said, our game is gonna be $80 on launch, people would pay that. $80 at launch.
Well, that came out used to be before. I think that's bigger than the consoles right now. So
yeah.
I think that game could come out at $100 on launch. I think people are going to buy it.
Yeah, they could easily do that. They could be like, yeah, we want $100 for the base game and $120 for the digital deluxe edition or whatever. And people would pay. I would pay it. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie. I would. You know, just to play
for sure. And like NBA, like, those are people that buy it every year. So of course they're going to be like, 70. Who cares? It's NBA. It's 2021. Yeah. You know, they're always going to purchase that game, whatever the price is. I guess my only issue, Jesus, with this would be here's my thing though, taking the Xbox or even the PlayStation 4 to the 5. But hey, if I paid $60 on the 4, why do I got to pay an extra $10 on the PS5 when we're both, you know, when I'm playing with my friend who has the other version, he paid $10 less. But I guess I'm the early adopter here because I bought the PlayStation 5, right? I got to pay the price.
You're paying the premium. You're paying that tax. You're paying that rich man tax. You could afford the console. Now you're paying more.
If I buy the brand new Mustang, right, and I call my insurance company and they go, what color is it? Red. They're like, holy shit, that's an extra $100 a month. You got to pay.
Or like, it's like if you buy if you buy any new car, like, you know, you buy a brand new fucking car, you're gonna be like, hey motherfucker, this thing is a little bit more expensive to cover. You know, it's just the way it is.
So let's look at it this way now, because I know I've brought it up on this show before. So my wife doesn't know anything about video games. So when I tell her in, let's say 3-4 months from now, and I go, hey, so, you know, she knows I game share. She knows what that is. I explained that to her.
And she knows what Discord is.
How long did it take me to tell her what a Discord was? And, what is a Discord?
What is a Discord?
So when I tell her, I'm like, hey, I need to buy this. It's a AAA game. You know, that Ryan or somebody's going to buy the next game. That's how this works. And it's been working out great. What? $70? What happened to $60? That's what now that's going to be That's going to be an issue. That's something that's, you know.
Get ready for the excuses, Gunny. You got to get ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to start planning now.
I'll have to show the news article.
Ask Kyle. Kyle will help you out.
Yeah, Kyle will help you out. You'll be like, look, Mom.
Oh, right. I could use his account. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, so get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen. A price hike may be coming for all games on the next-gen systems. Moving on now, let's talk about Death Stranding real quick. Death Stranding on the PC can reach 4K 60 frames a second with DLSS 2.0 on all the RTX cards. That's what NVIDIA is saying. That's right. So, according to NVIDIA, all of the RTX cards, even including the RTX 2060, will be able to run Death Stranding at a smooth 4K 60 frames plus per second or 100 frames plus at 1440p using DLSS 2.0 technology. That's right.
Now, are you picking this up again? I
kind of want to, but no, because
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Because I got Ghost of Tsushima coming.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, like, I got a big game already, and, you know, like, if there wasn't any games coming out, then, yeah, I'd probably pick it up. Because this game really is a game that I think about every so often. Like I just think about it, and I'm like, I should install that and play it again. And I think the last time I did, I installed it, and I killed somebody in the game. Because, you know, you're not supposed to kill people because they, like, create the void outs or whatever, where they blow up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just killed, like, a bunch of people and left them there. I'm going to create a void out for everyone. Yeah. And I just left it. I turned off the game. I had like the people. I had like the people, like, what's his name? Deadman and shit. They were like, they were like, you know how your stupid little fucking watch makes a noise or whatever. And they're like, hey, Sam, what the fuck? You just killed a bunch of people. You need to get rid of those bodies before they become void outs. And I'm like, whatever, dude, fuck you, I'm leaving, bye, I'm never coming back to this world. And I just turned off the game. So somewhere in somebody's game, they're going across the map, and they're just going to see, like, big-ass craters on the ground. Like, what the fuck happened in this area? It's just a bunch of craters over here. What the hell happened? So, yeah, sorry,
Sorry, new player.
But yeah, DLSS will also be supported with Cyberpunk's 2077 Mayo.
Oh,
that's
nice.
right. This will allow it to run at 60 frames a second at 1080p with ray tracing enabled. So that means if you want ray tracing, we're not going to be able to play this at 60 frames at 1440p probably. This game is probably going to be so fucking intense to run. It'll be like Red Dead again.
I got a feeling we're probably going to get, like you said, like Red Dead. I think we're going to be in that level. I bet we're going to get, like, not ultra settings, but maybe, like, very high or high. And we're going to be in the 70s, you know, like, with ray tracing on. And whether ray tracing would be worth it or not, we had the ability to turn it on and off at least, you know. So maybe we'll turn that off and just see how it does with it off.
Yeah. Let's move on to more news now. Let's see what else do we got here. Dun, dun, dun. Sony, our good friends over at Sony, have invested $250 million into the Epic Games. Yeah, fuck yeah.
What are they doing? Me and Mayo were just talking about this a little earlier while you were taking a nap about, are they trying to bring some of those PlayStation exclusives over to Epic exclusive?
What I was saying there earlier was, Jesus, is if you look at Microsoft, it seems like Microsoft is putting a lot of their games on the Steam store and their Xbox gaming app.
So do you think that
Sony's
going to put it on Epic?
Yeah, I think it's going to be on the Epic store, and that's kind of Epic's way of battling Steam. And I think it's kind of Microsoft and Sony kind of come in and fighting each other in this new storefront. It's on the PC land.
Microsoft's going to win. Steam is just going to win. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's just the truth. Like, at the end of the day, Sony's going to have to put their games on Steam.
But that's a hard sell. It's a smart move. I mean, if as a PC guy, say the new Spider-Man come out. I've never had the chance to play Spider-Man, you know. and the only place I can get it is going to be in the Epic Store. I'm probably going to buy it on the Epic Store, and even if it was like a 6-month exclusive, maybe I would wait. I have my doubts. I'd probably just get it on the Epic Store, but.
And also, do you think as well as there are other exclusive games on the Epic Store that we don't see on Steam? Do you think those might be another collaboration with the PlayStation 5?
Yeah, and it could be. They could be working together and maybe bringing some of that stuff to the PlayStation, or vice versa. And just I don't know. I feel like Sony is doing a lot of stuff with Epic right now. Jesus, I mentioned also when they did their tech demo of Unreal Engine. It was on. Remember, they made a very strong point to say that this was running on a PS5 when they were showing that tech demo.
Yeah.
And and this and that in the PS5s. I just like to really.
I don't know, because
into each other.
Because Sony's putting their game on Steam, like. You could buy Horizon Zero Dawn right now on Steam.
Right, and that's the only one that I've seen. You can get. I mentioned too. Detroit Becomes Human is now available on Steam.
Death Stranding.
So, yeah, I don't know, but they were also kind of. I don't know. I just feel like Sony's going to do something with Epic.
Yeah.
Why are they putting $250 million in Epic? Why are they making that special? This is our Unreal Engine running on the PS5.
I tell you why.
They're doing something together.
I tell you why. Because they want that fucking Fortnite money, motherfucker. That's why.
You think they're trying to get Fortnite?
Something exclusive as far as Fortnite going into the next generation of. But isn't it cross-play? I don't know. Maybe they will have something exclusive.
Probably just saying they want the Fortnite money. They just want
They want money. All right. Look, back in 2012. This is pre-Fortnite world. You guys remember those days? The pre-Fortnite world.
The PUBG world.
Not even the PUBG world at the time. That was like the Skyrim world. Fucking Minecraft world back then. Back then, Tencent invested $330 million into Epic Games.
Yes, they did.
They got 40% of the company with $330 million. Back then, Epic was only valued at $825 million. So they almost bought half of them. Today, in 2020, 8 years later, Sony invests $250 million, and they only got 1.5% of the company.
Oh, wow. That's that. I heard it was a big chunk in that. 1%.
1.5%. Epic is valued at $17 billion today, 8 years later. So that's put in perspective of how much they're gonna get out of that. So 1% of like 17 billion is about $100-something million. So if they're making money back on that investment or whatever that they made, and they're gonna get money back from Epic, from Fortnite and shit, it's a smart move. Their money's gonna triple, quadruple in a year, 2 years. They're gonna make all that money they've invested right back. Reading
this other tweet that Daniel Amata wrote about Sony and Epic broadening their collaboration. What does that mean? Is that just like what I was saying about them sharing these exclusive games on each other's platforms?
They could. I mean, that could just be like a little thing, like a little side thing, but it isn't. I honestly think it's just to make money off of Fortnite, man. Because
that's what it sounds like right now.
It's so much money to be made there. It's just insane amounts of money you could be making if you invested in fucking Epic Games back in 2012. Shit, back in 2015. Right now, you'd be fucking rich as shit. It'd be like invested in Bitcoin or some shit, back in the day. You would have invested a bunch of money into it. You'd be fucking rich right now, because they've quadrupled. They've grown in size like 100 times, like 100%, like 20 times almost. You know what I mean? Like they've fucking grown so much in value, and I think they're just trying to invest to diversify and shit. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything to do with exclusives or anything like that. Sony knows that the PC world is owned by Steam. Like it really is. Like as much as Epic tries, they will
we've
never
seen that
ever
with
ever
EA's
catch
Origin, where
anybody tries it. Anyone, it could be Origin, Ubisoft. They all try it, and they just cannot take down Steam.
Right.
It's like taking down YouTube. It's like if you launched a fucking video website that was like, I'm gonna launch a video website that you can upload videos and you can like them and subscribe and all this shit, blah blah blah. Motherfucker, you can't take down YouTube. You know what I mean? Or like you try to launch a fucking search engine. Go try to launch a search engine that could beat Google. Go ahead.
Right.
You just can't.
Or even Twitch, trying to beat Twitch.
Yeah, or try to beat.
To.
Yeah, it's like Mixer trying to beat. You just can't fucking beat them. They're too big. They're too established, and that's what Steam is. Steam is way too established. They've been around for way longer than anyone. Than anyone else. It's like trying to take down WoW. Or something like that. Like, I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna be the biggest MMO out there. It's like you just can't take them down. They're just too big. They've been around forever.
I think the real question is, could you be? I usually use this term. It's an older term, but could you be a bottom feeder? Right? Could you sustain being the bottom feeder for a WoW or a Twitch? But obviously, we saw Mixer. They couldn't do it.
It costs so much money, man, to have something like that. The infrastructure you need and the amount of resources you fucking need to have something that big. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah. But I think what blows my mind is this. Just thinking about the Mixer thing is just how much money they threw at it, and entertainers like Ninja. That they couldn't even do it with him and Shroud and everybody else they were throwing in there. Just all the money they threw at it just didn't phase it. Okay, couldn't return any investments. Obviously, I'm sure we'll hear more details later.
Yeah, like that.
How much they lost or were losing.
They bought it for $300 and something million off the get-go, and then they did invest a lot of money into renaming it, rebranding it, trying to market it, all that bullshit they did with it, with the people trying to get new streamers on there, and it didn't work. So, what do? You just can't compete, dude.
Throw in the towel. That's what you do, and they did that so fast too. Like. End of the month, that's it.
That's why it's funny because everyone is always talking shit about Google and Stadia. Like, oh, Google always gives up on their products. Google's going to give up on Stadia. Microsoft gives up on all their shit too. They're just as bad, if not worse, than Google. They literally give up on everything. They gave up on their fucking stupid ass. Remember, like their stores. Their stupid ass, remember the Zune, the fucking Zune player bullshit? They got rid of that. They got rid of Groove Music, their music platform bullshit streaming thing that was like a Pandora fucking thing almost.
Let me ask you something right now. Do you think, let's just say hypothetically, that let's say the Xbox Series X is this major success and it's outbeating Sony by, 1 million, I wouldn't say 10 million, but maybe like 1 million units sold, and it's just phenomenal, and the next Halo is fucking epic, and these new IPs they have are just out of this world. Do you think that Microsoft would just kind of put Project xCloud on the back burner and we wouldn't hear about it? I mean, I would hope that's not the case, that they continue to quietly and slowly grow this new service that they have, that's currently out on, Android and partially on iOS. I don't know. I would hope not. I hope they just continue to grow, and keep working on that.
We'll see.
That it doesn't go away.
Only time will tell, man, because people are very, I don't know, fucking anti-future or some shit. It's kind of bizarre. But yeah, we'll see what happens with all that. I mean, I'm excited for the future, but a lot of people seem not to be. And I know why, because people just don't have the infrastructure. The internet is not there for everyone to use unlimitedly.
My nephew, he lives in Oklahoma, and I don't know whatever sort of internet service he has, or what, basically where, I don't know. But he's saying like, oh, I downloaded what was it, Red Dead Redemption 2. He goes, that took 12 hours. I'm like, holy cow, what kind of internet do you have, man? Dial up? Jeez.
But it is what it is. Anyways, I think it's time for community questions or console corner or whatever the fuck you want to move on to next. Let's go.
That's what it is. Let's go to that. All right, folks. What do we have for the new console corner? Well, basically nothing new. It is the 12th of July, so I figured next week I'll just start with next week's games. But the first 2 weeks for your PlayStation, you do get Rise of the Tomb Raider for PlayStation Plus and NBA 2K20. Grab that NBA 2K20. Play the hell out of it, guys, because you're going to be paying more money next generation. And I don't know, but I would check if Erica, the game Erica, which is a live action game, is still available for PlayStation Plus. Let me know if it is. Either way, so you get 3 games. Moving over to the Xbox for your Xbox Games for Gold. WRC8 FIA World Rally Championship. I did play this game. There was another game I played, Mayo, and it's actually really good. I will say that. I did play that about a week and a half ago, and it feels pretty good. It feels like they did, what is it, Dirt 4 is the newest game out? No, probably more like F1 2020. I feel like they took a lot from them, and it's actually a good game. Don't play the other ones. I don't recommend it. WRC 7 and 6 and 5 are all garbage. Play this one, guys. It's free. Download it on Xbox. And your other games for gold are your backwards compatible game, Saints Row 2. There's a good classic game. Over on the Xbox Game Pass, Fallout 76 for the PC. West of Dead. I know we've got a lot of fans for that game, and that game's good. Played that one as well. And Crosscode. I'm not sure what Crosscode is. I think I played the beta for that game on Xbox. Might have gotten an earlier code for it. I want to say it was already free to play, but apparently not, because it is on Game Pass, so you're free to play that game. Over on the Epic Store, what do we have for free games here? We've got The Killing Floor #2. I thought that was another free-to-play game. Well, stop giving us all these free-to-play games, guys. They're not free if they were already free-to-play. Second one is Lifeless Planet. That game looks cool. I saw that on consoles earlier, the last year or so. That's definitely looked like it's up my alley. I want to play that. Looks like you're just playing as some kind of astronaut landed on some barren planet. And number 3 for your Epic Store game is The Escapist 2. That game's too hard for me. It's too tough. I can't play it. Never got into those. Over here on Steam, I was looking at some of the Steam stuff. I know that sale's not going on right now, but it's called Burning Daylight. It's a sci-fi adventure game. It's free, set in a dystopian world with light puzzle elements and environmental storytelling. Jesus, you wake up naked in a grotesque slaughterhouse. You have no recollection of who you are, where you came from. Your only clue is a mysterious tattoo on your chest. Looks like a side-scroller. So check it out, guys. It's free. Go get it. And that is all for your free games. All that good stuff over there. Moving on to community questions. And our first one comes from Normie477. She wants to know, when entering a new map, where do you start? She usually goes to the left first. Anybody go right, or do you go left?
I go straight ahead. I always go far straight as I can, and then I find out what my options are left or right from that point. So I'll go forward as far as I can, find out how many left and rights I can take, and then
then
it just depends.
Come on, man. Answer the goddamn question, left or right, man.
Damn it, Mayo. He
doesn't want to say it, Normie. You know what? I'm going to say it.
Hey, she said, where do you start? She says she just usually goes left. I just go straight. I go until straight. I can't go no more.
And then he decides where to go. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to be straight with you here, Normie. I saw this question and I started up that Diablo 3 game, for the 6th time. And I don't know. I just went left or right because I thought about the question. I thought, what do I usually do? I'm like, it usually just, I don't know. I just never have any kind of, for me, I noticed that. Like, I either go left or right. I just always decide, like you said, Mayo. When I come into a dungeon, I'm like, do I go left or do I go right? fuck it. Then I usually just go, right looks good, or when I come down this corridor, left looks better. So I really just don't have that one choice, going in there either.
Yeah.
I thought I would, but I saw the question right when I started that game. I thought, I need to just go straight ahead, and then I decide where to go. It's usually random.
Yeah.
I just love exploring that way. I just feel like it's more exciting. Let's see. Do you have an answer on that, Jesus? Left or right? Straight?
Right.
Right. All right. MechMod. He wants to know what is the number one release in 2020 that you guys are stoked for that's already confirmed? He has the 2 titles that he's picking up for sure. First one is Alex Kidd game. I've seen this game. I don't think I've played Alex Kidd, but I have seen those. And he's a big Sega nerd fan. And Final Fantasy, what is that? It's 11?
7.
Is that 7? Okay. Final Fantasy 11, because I've been waiting for this to come out since I was like 15 and beat it the first time. That was the one that got remade.
Yeah.
I hope. I know that. Let's see. I know that Nipron's probably like, no, Gunny, that's wrong. But I want to say that got remade. It's one of those like 4 or 5 parts. They're not really sure. Am I on the right track with that?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 is the one that is broken into a couple parts, and it took them a long time to make this first part, and
the first part, because I played that.
To make the next part.
Yeah, I played that time trial or demo. No, it was the beta, right? That it came out, and I think I played that on Xbox. It was a trial or some sort of demo that you can keep going over and over. That game looks pretty cool. It played fine, but just not into the Final Fantasy stuff that much. Let's see. Obviously, Cyberpunk. That's coming. It fucking better come out in November. Damn it! Whatever date that was.
Yeah, that's my game. Cyberpunk, without a doubt. It's the number one game on my radar. That's the only thing I could care about that I want to play this year that I've seen so far that has really sucked me in and says, you got to play this no matter what.
Yeah, and I think my second one is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Because I don't think Far Cry 6 is until March of 2021. February, March, I don't know. So when I see 2020, I'm like, whatever. I don't even care about whatever. All I want to know is what's coming out in November, the holiday. But those would be my top 2 for now. Let's see what is next here. Betterholic. He wants to know if we've played West of Dead. He said he's loving it, and it is his new Dead Cells game. Mayo, I've watched you stream. No, you were streaming Dead Cells. I'm sorry. Have you been playing more West of Dead?
I haven't played it since the show last. I played enough, to get a good feel. I do enjoy the game. I was enjoying it for a while, then I kind of got away from the PC for a couple of days, and then I just kind of haven't gone back to it. It is a really fun game. I do enjoy it. Another thing for Betterholic is another game he really needs to check out, and I didn't get to mention earlier. It's called Skull, the Hero Slayer. They actually did a crossover with Dead Cells. And so this is a side-scrolling game where you kind of put on different heads and you pick up abilities of that kind of head. So you find like this mummy head, and you have like this mummy character with mummy type abilities. Yeah, you get like a gargoyle head, and you turn into like a little gargoyle, and you can attack as a gargoyle. But they have a Dead Cells, the prisoner head you can put on, and it turns the game into like Dead Cells. And so you turn into the Dead Cells character with a kind of different looking animation, and you have like the crossbow, and you can have a couple weapons from the game.
Yeah, there you go. You're back, Mayo.
Betterholic, I know you'd be excited to see it, but it's pretty cool. So definitely check it out, Betterholic. But again, it's called Skull, the Hero Slayer. So, and it is on Steam.
Okay, I think that might have been the game, Mayo, I was talking to you about.
Yeah,
I said, oh, this looks like it's something that you'd like, that I saw, and I just never got back to you on it. But I believe that's the name of that game that I saw. It was featured on Steam.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I picked it up this week, and I'm enjoying it so far. And it does have that little bit of Dead Cells you go through the level and you go as far as you can. You die and you take what you kind of earned in that run and you put it in permanent upgrades for your character. So the next time you're gonna get a little further because either A, you have more health, or B, you're gonna do more damage, or wherever you put your points.
Are we talking about the same? Are we talking about the same game? You come into a dungeon, and I notice it's anywhere from 2 to 12 enemies. Is that the same one?
No, it's probably different than that. I think
I'll check that out later.
You have different paths you can take. I did stream it the other night, so if you do follow me on the Twitch, it was my most recent stream, I think, because Gibbs was over there watching it and checking it out because I was telling him about it. It's kind of neat how they have that crossover with Dead Cells. Like it's a legit. They got with the developers of Dead Cells and incorporated this into it. It plays the music. I mean, it is everything like Dead Cells. And at first I thought it was a mod, and I was watching somebody stream it, and I was talking to them, and they're like, "No, it's not a mod. It's not a mod. It's just in the game. And you just got to find the head, And when you get it, it changed the game to a Dead Cells theme.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Sweet. I got to play more of it. I haven't played it since the last time we were, on the show. We played it that Saturday. Next question from Sean I am Fuller. He wants to know where space ends. Where does it end? Let's see. I think it's endless. Every time I look on Twitter and the Hubble telescope just says it just keeps going.
Right?
Never ends. Don Bennett wants to know what the airspeed velocity of an unladen European swallow is. She made clear, because somebody had asked her, what sort of swallow. And it is European. The airspeed velocity. Wow, I'm going to say 52 miles an hour. That's just a random guess.
Yeah. What a question.
Yeah. They don't use miles, Gunny.
Oh, not mph.
European,
okay.
They use kilometers.
Kilometers, Gunny. See, he is wrong.
So
what was your answer, Gunny?
No, so I'm going to change it because I do go to Australia and they use kilometers over there. That's what, when you look at that speedometer, it's in kilometers. So let me see. Let me convert that real quickly in my head. It is going to be 84 kilometers per hour. 84.
84 kilometers per hour.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna go over. Then if you're saying 84, I'm gonna say 100, Gunny. Because
if you say 100, I'm saying 120. 120, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's a fast swallow.
It's like an episode of Price is Right.
Yeah.
Jonathan Arcelo, Nipron wants to know, what is love? It currently, John, it is Destiny 2.
Shit. Okay, Jonathan.
Yeah. That's what people do with their console.
That's what's keeping us alive right now. That's love right there.
They pick their console, and that's what love is. Their PlayStation and their Xbox. They love one or the other.
Yeah, it's Halo, John Nipron. How about that? That's the streams that we watch. That's the ones that he likes. I know he's not a Xbox guy. All right, moving on. Ryan Gibson wants to know, do you guys agree with Gunny saying consoles will be pushed into next year? He doesn't think so, as Microsoft has pretty much said production's on track, and Sony said they will have 5 million units for the holiday season. I didn't read that, but if that's true, that's cool. He said he gets that software are being delayed for systems will be out by the end of November for sure, in my opinion. Because I was thinking like the games will be out. I probably didn't make that clear, but I don't think consoles will be out this year.
I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I think the consoles will be out. I think it's gonna be a bitch to find them. You're not gonna find them.
Yeah,
they're gonna be sold out everywhere, dude. Like if you are a lucky person that finds these at the store, don't buy them all because people are gonna want to buy these, and there's gonna be scalpers. And you watch if you're not the first people to get this, dude, you're gonna be waiting a long time to be playing on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X.
Do you guys remember? I don't remember 7 years ago when these things launched, but you know how they do different things. Like, I think it was the PlayStation 4 didn't they do like a USA and a European launch, but then it wasn't launched in other regions in the world?
It was like, yeah, staggered launch, but I think Xbox did it all at the same day.
Yeah, I want to say Xbox said US, Europe. I don't remember. I know that China it came later because it wasn't allowed in China, but I just don't remember like all parts of the world.
I just don't think that. I mean, 5 million units isn't shit. In America alone, there's 300 million people.
Well, how many people? Well, that was kind of what I was.
All right, okay. All right, Gunny. All right, motherfucker,
no,
you. Okay. No, okay. All right. 300 million people. You say only 20 million of them game, which is a very low number. We know way more than 20 million people in America game. We'll say 20 million game. Still, only 5 million out of those 20 million are going to be able to buy a console that's next gen.
Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to get to a couple weeks ago. Was that is that okay with that? I guess my thinking was, I just don't think it's good for a company like Microsoft, like Sony, to say, hey, you know, here it is. Here's a launch. Here's 5 million.
Why is it not good? Why is it not? It's perfect. It is perfect. You know why? You know why? Because that creates a fucking demand, motherfucker.
Yep. I was going to say it's supply and demand.
That's a fucking demand, motherfucker. When they know that whatever the fuck they make, it's going to sell. They're going to do the Nintendo thing where Nintendo was like,
thing. See,
hey, motherfuckers, we got Switches. Oh, guess what? Switch is sold out again. We'll make more next month. You good luck finding like 2 of them at your store, maybe 1. And then they're going to do the same shit. You're going to have like 1 PlayStation at a fucking Best Buy, and you're going to be in there punching Gunny's wife for the PlayStation because she's fighting you for it because Kyle wants it really bad. You know what I mean?
People with shopping carts.
Yeah, you know.
My husband.
Motherfucker, I want this for Kyle. He's running you over and shit. You know, like, it's going to be wild, dude. It's going to be fucking nuts. And you guys think, motherfuckers, you guys think that all this pent up rage and shit from coronavirus, imagine if Black Friday happens. Oh shit, get ready for a fucking riot, motherfuckers. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be fucking wild. I feel bad for security guards and cops and all those motherfuckers because you guys are fucked. Good luck.
Yeah. I know we're going to see Walmart's just straight up closing down. Like, we're just not doing Black Friday. And just looted. And
what stores should do if they're smart? They'd be like, we will not sell you a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X unless you're wearing a mask.
Oh, man.
I bet they'd be wearing a mask then.
Everyone would be wearing a mask. I'm telling you that they're going to be so hard to find, but the people that do find them are going to hype them up so much. They're going to be like, oh my, I was playing Rainbow Six Siege on my Xbox Series X, bro, and it does like 200 frames in ray tracing, and it has the lights, and then it does the vapor chamber thing when I turn it on. It makes the noise, and then I plug it into my monitor, and it goes to 300 frames, and I put in the other RAM in it, Gunny, and it does more power and more RAM, Gunny.
More RAM, bam.
An SSD, bro, it loads up like I don't even think about it, and it loads up. That's how fast it is, Gunny. That's how fast it is.
Damn it. I just hope that, I guess I'm just trying to get inside of the mind of Mr. Frat Boy Phil Spencer here and think that he knows that if he only had, I don't fucking know if he had like, so Natalia, what do we got? They're at 3 million units right now. I'm just hoping they're not like, they don't go out like Nintendo does and be like, just have a constant shortage. I'm just hoping they have like, hey, why don't we get 20 million units, and then we release it, whatever. I don't fucking know, December, January.
Gunny. You know what the good thing is of having a shortage? You can sell it at whatever price you want.
That's right.
If you only have 3 million consoles made, you can sell those fucking things for $800 a piece, and 3 million consoles will sell out. They will fucking sell out.
I'm just so used to like pre-ordering on that day.
I am too. That's what I'm saying. Like, even right now at this point in time, there's no pre-orders for anything. So what is it? Like, what are we doing? Are we just like fucking, whatever? Wait till November to get your console. It's like, Yeah, good luck going to get the Rona and getting your new Xbox. Woo! You know what I mean?
We got Amazon. We got
Yeah, but how many consoles is Amazon gonna really get?
Yeah, but I think about that too. Like, will each Target get 2 units, and each Best Buy get 5?
Yeah, and then
each GameStop will get 3.
GameStop gets 3. Target gets 2. Walmart gets 2. You know, it's gonna be shitty. You're gonna be literally calling all the stores. Hey, do you guys have the PS5 in today? Oh no, you're gonna have to check back next Tuesday, bro. The truck came in and 2 of our employees in the back already bought them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I think that was you, right, Jesus? Yeah.
That type of shit, you know? Is you're going to be calling the fucking stores.
He might be selling on eBay next week.
Yeah. I think he has an eBay reseller page. He fucking $900 for a console. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just, it's going to happen, dude. If they do launch this year, I honestly swear it's going to be like that, where you're going to be so hard to find. And there's no pre-orders, and I think they're not doing pre-orders because they know, okay, if they do pre-orders, right?
Let's say next week and a half from now, Xbox comes out and says pre-order November.
Pre-order right now.
19th, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
They're gonna have too many pre-orders, and they're gonna have to start canceling people's pre-orders and giving people their refunds, and people are gonna be fucking pissed. And you know what Sony's gonna do? Sony's gonna be like, hey, we're not even doing pre-orders. You're just going to have to buy our shit when it goes on the store. And people are going to be like, whoa, Microsoft should have done what Sony did. They should have done the same thing. They should have just let us go to the store and buy them without having us pre-order. Because, look, Microsoft already sold out of all their units because everyone pre-ordered. That's what's going to happen. So Microsoft, I think, is playing it really smart right now. And they're like, fuck, what do we do? Do we do the pre-order thing, or do we just wait for Sony to do the pre-order thing? Because if I'm telling you, dude, you think 5 million units is a lot? 5 million units is jack shit. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. You could sell those 5 million fucking consoles in New York City alone.
Yeah, I don't know if he was referring to the 5 million units for the U.S. and Canada, or just worldwide. Was that? I don't know. You got that number running?
If 5 million is worldwide,
that's what I was curious about more.
If 5 million is worldwide, that's even worse. That's even worse. That's like 0.0000001% of the gamers of the world that are gonna have a fucking PS5 at launch.
It was more of my anxiety, a couple weeks ago, just thinking, oh great, I'm already stressing out thinking of the fact that I probably won't be able to get one of these. If they fucking announce this shit on a Thursday in the afternoon and I'm working and I don't get to my phone quick enough.
Me too. You think I don't worry about this shit? I worry about this shit all the time, dude. All right, listen, Gunny. What are you willing to do to get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X?
Oh my gosh, I will pay $1,000 for a new Xbox Series X.
Are you willing to get the Rona?
No, I won't. But I'll pay somebody online
to get the Rona for you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Hey, collateral damage.
You know what? I'm gonna start a business before this launches, and I'm gonna like the console collector or something, and I'm gonna fucking go on Craigslist and sell my services for.
There you go. You go stand in these lines, these long lines.
I'll go fight people at Best Buy and shit for the one console in line.
I know, right? Jesus, you won't take a shower for 2 weeks.
Just
You'll go in that line,
fight
eat
people.
a lot of garlic. Yeah.
Go fight people at Target for the 2 consoles that are left. So I could get you
just start hacking and coughing and going, I'm in line first.
Fuck this mask. I don't need a mask. It's like coughing all over this shit.
Your mask can have red.
You just be acting like he has corona with the guy beside him so he can get it, and the guy beside him be going, I already have it. It won't affect me.
It's just the back of the line, pal.
Oh, it's going to be nuts, dude. Like, I just can already see it. Like you think 5 million units is a lot? It's nothing, dude. It might be a lot for Canada, because Canada's population is low compared to ours. But even then, they would still sell out quite like in this one day. You would be done. Your shit would be done.
Well, just think it back to the Xbox One launch when they did like the pre-order thing, right? Remember how I think it always works this way, doesn't it? But I know the internet and everything's just constantly evolving. But remember they did the whole set of pre-orders, right? And then those all got sold out. And then it was 4 days later they were able to get more pre-orders. I don't know. Maybe it'll work differently this time, and they'll be able to get a more accurate number of how many pre-orders they can sell. I don't know. It's also confusing. I think they're just maybe. I just want to be more positive here and think, okay, Phil is an Italian and the whole team at Xbox is just being so hush hush because they just want to wait and talk about everything on the 23rd and just be very clear and and just I definitely want them to be more like, hey, this is get your pre-orders in. We've got plenty for consoles for everyone. I hope that's what he says. That you don't need to trip on it, and we'll get it in November.
Hopefully,
Please.
man. I hope that's the way it goes, but honestly, I don't think so. But we'll see. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe they got like 100 million consoles ready to go.
I would hope so. That would be amazing if they don't just like your production is at 115% over in China, and
I doubt it though.
I don't know.
I fucking doubt it. But okay, Gunny, whatever. Dream
too
big,
much on
Gunny. Dream
Jonathan
big.
Jonathan D. Hall. He wants to know if you were able to time travel to a place in time as an invisible observer for a week, when and where would you pick?
The year 3055.
Why so specific?
Would you just be out there
number?
like?
I don't know, because I just want to know what it's like to be in the year 2055. Is the world ending by then? Did the world end? Is everyone dead? Is everyone living on Mars now? Did everyone move to the moon? Did everyone move to Jupiter? What's going on here? What's going on, Mayo? What the fuck happened? What happened to the
I don't
Earth? Is everyone living in space on the space station? What's going on? It would suck if you time traveled and like the world was like fucking destroyed. You can't get back. You're like, oh fuck, there's no resources to time travel back. Shit, I'm stuck. That would suck. But
You'd be,
but you never know. Never know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like a cool place and a cool time, but
I would, while you're thinking, Gunny, I think I would like to go back to the medieval times and just as an observer. I don't want to live in the medieval times, but to see.
What do you want to see in the medieval times?
What's
see
that?
People
yeah, what do you want to see
the,
there particularly?
Yeah.
Well, just the lifestyle, like how they lived, how
all fucking dirty and grungy
and crazy. Yeah, it just sounds crazy. You think of in
Wanna get the
Europe,
Black Plague?
that time, what it would be like.
Like Mayo just watching people fucking. Oh man, it'd probably be so dirty. People pooping on the side of sticking their ass out their window of their house and pooping and shit. Like,
but, I mean, you have such an appreciation for today. You know what I mean?
yeah, you would. You'd be like, oh wow.
When I think about this question, and I think, when I think about books that I listen to, they're usually dystopian, they're sci-fi, a lot of zombie, paranormal, thriller books that I listen to them on Audible, by the way. I don't read books. I'm a truck driver. And then I think about, too, where other movies that I've seen, and I always think, like, since my family's from England, right? Even though I'm an Australian guy. All right, mate. All right. And g'day. So I'd love to just go back to, like, England back in the...
back in what time?
1400s.
Oh, you mean when the Queen was still alive when she was, like, 10 years old?
Correct. Oh, that would be awesome. Just to go see,
Wait. So you want to go back to England in, like, the 1400s, you said?
Yeah, 1490s.
So you want to go, like, really old.
Really old. But I want to see horse carriages and all that stuff and lanterns.
I'm
and
not sure was there horse carriages in the 1400s?
I'm sure there was. I hope so. But yeah, just something like that. And also, like, maybe in the future of, like you were talking about, maybe, what did you say, 2055 or?
3055.
50. That's far in there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. Like,
because honestly, like 3055, we could not imagine what they're going to have in 3055. You and I and none of us are going to be around to see this. No one listening to this is going to be around to witness that. Sorry, everyone's going to die. You're all going to die eventually. We're all dead.
The earth, the sun,
3055. Think about that. Like how, does the sun burn out? Did the universe end? Did our galaxy end? What the fuck happened? Like that's what I want to see. That's what I want to know.
I want to be, since I'm a Trekker and I love Star Trek, and I want to think like, can can I just teleport, to different places?
That'd be cool.
But within the solar system would be pretty awesome.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool, man. Be able to go to other planets and shit and just fucking walk around.
Man, that would be amazing. All right, what do we got? What do we got here? Next question. John Jerome. He said he bought a PlayStation 4 to play all these exclusives before next gen comes out. When he went to play The Last of Us Remastered, the gameplay was frustrating, and it slowed down the story to the point that I lost interest, but kept giving it passes and playing it longer because everybody said it's the greatest game ever. I don't think it is because of the stealth gameplay, because of that's what Tomb Raider does, and really loves those games. Do you catch yourselves being more lenient with games because they have great reviews?
I don't.
No, not at all. No. No, I don't become more lenient with games because I have great reviews. Matter of fact, I don't really give a fuck about reviews, really.
I will say this. I think I've learned that from you, Jesus, and Sean Fuller.
Yeah.
Who always tell me, like, all right, why did you not play this game again? Well, because remember Giant Bomb and the other people said the game was shipped, and here's all the reasons. And then you and Sean, through other private messages are like, the fucking game is great. Just go fucking play it. Yeah.
There are some games that are out there that you will definitely miss because the reviews are shitty on it, and then you think, oh, that looks, God, it's bad reviews. It must be bad. But if you just give it a shot, you may like it. Like there's little shit that I love, like stupid ass little indie games that I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But I'm sure there's people that hate it, people that just think this is fucking. I'm pretty sure there's people that think Dead Cells is pretty stupid, Mayo. Like,
right?
I'm sure you can find.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die and respawn and die and start all over this stupid ass fucking game. Fuck this shit, People probably think that's dumb,
I'm sure there's a Call of Duty. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus liked House Flipper at the time.
Yeah.
And some people will be like, that's a boring Sims-like game.
See, that game put me to sleep, but then here's me, right? I can sit there and play City Skylines for like 20 hours straight.
Exactly,
and other people are like, Meryl, you're putting me to sleep playing this game for 30 minutes.
I could sit there and play that game for fucking days, the City Skylines, and you're right. There's other people that are like, oh, dude, you made it sound so cool. You know how many people told me that when I kept talking about City Skylines? And people like, dude, you made City Skylines sound so cool that I bought it, and I fucking hate it. The game sucks. I'm like, well, sorry, dude. Like, the game was really cool to me. I really thought the game was great. Like, it's my opinion. I'm sorry.
It's great to go from like a shooter and then go just play this creative.
Yeah, you're just building this world
management game for
That's what you're doing. Yeah. And so I don't know, maybe you're trying to play it too fast or something. Maybe you're just trying to catch up and you're not finding yourself enjoying it. You got to also think about it. The game came out in 2013, 2012 or some shit. So it's an old game compared to like new game standards, like new stealth mechanics and new just the way gameplay evolves, over the years.
So there's another thing. Thinking back to early YouTube when you actually had to take a camera and place it on a tripod in front of your TV, before there were capture cards and things like that. But you would never know actually watching this stuff. But I don't know if this is a new thing that I've seen recently where I've actually YouTubed games that I've seen and said, oh, let me go check out actual gameplay or straight up reviews. And one thing I've actually noticed recently is where it'll say, hey, here's this game, no commentary. And I don't know, I wonder, is that on purpose? Like to say, hey, look, decide for yourself with no commentary, just straight up gameplay. I'd hope to believe that they did that on purpose to show that they're just not trying to sell you the game, but here's me playing the game, decide for yourself whether you want it or not. And I like those videos. So that's another good way, John, to, probably if you're ever interested in a game.
Maybe you need an action game. Maybe try Spider-Man. Maybe try God of War. Because those games are truly like honestly, man, when I say PlayStation has the best exclusives, they fucking do. They kill it, dude. Like God of War was a masterpiece. Like that game, from the beginning, like it never ever stops. The game just, You can literally sit there and play that game entirely, all the way through, and the game never loads. Like, it never stops for a loading screen. The game is you're constantly watching something going on in the game all the time. There's never a loading screen unless you die. Maybe when you die, then yeah, there's a loading screen. But like if you're transitioning between scenes or between areas, the characters are always moving. They're always going through like a cave or crawling through a tunnel or whatever, like fighting a giant, or they're in the middle of a boss fight and all of a sudden it'll transport you to a whole new area and a whole new part of the world, and now you have this whole new area unlocked. And they do it so fucking good in that game. Like
Sony's...
a lot of games need to look at that game and copy what God of War did, because that fucking thing is like a movie, dude. Like, it is so good, so fucking good.
I'm sure they're probably going to use a little bit of that on their no loading times on their new games, because obviously games are still going to have loading times, and I think they're going to incorporate how they did that game almost like it was a test. They're like, look, we can do it on a PS4 with an old regular hard drive, right? That's what they had in them. And we can do it on that. Surely we can do it on M.2,
Easily.
So,
yeah, because literally, dude, like in God of War, if you sat down and played that game all the way through, you would never see a loading screen, ever. Not even in the beginning of the game just starts and it has you press X to start, and the game doesn't even go from like main menu to like a loading screen and then it starts. The game literally, from the moment you press X to start, you are in the game. Like the fucking, like the menu fades out and you're already in the game. Like there's no loading screens. It's just boom, you're in it. And it just goes from there. Like it never fucking stops. And it's incredible, dude.
I think Sony's smartest studio buy recently was Insomniac Games. With, what was the name of that game that was an Xbox exclusive, Jesus, that you loved?
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. And that one was super cool too, where
that was fun.
When you died, it wasn't a loading screen, but it just kind of showed you like coming out of a casket. It always did something funny, But that's Insomniac Games. They just know how to, going into the next generation with PlayStation 5, with the next Spider-Man or the next Sunset Overdrive game, or something similar. Maybe they make a number 2 exclusively for PlayStation, and definitely going to see little to no loading screens with those franchises from Insomniac Games. Smart move.
It's gonna be incredible, man. Like I'm looking forward to all that shit. It's gonna be, like I said, Sony kills it with their exclusives, and Microsoft just hasn't shown anything that really has impressed me. That is like, wow, this is Microsoft's God of War. Because honestly, like Halo, whatever, what the fuck's the new one? Legends? What the fuck's the new one? Guardians? What the fuck's it called?
I almost said Waypoint. I just said it like an hour ago.
Halo Infinite?
That's it.
Is it? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing shit out. I'm just throwing shit out there that sounds like space, like whatever they would use, like Angels, Guardians. I'm thinking Destiny over here and shit. But yeah, I mean Halo Infinite, like I don't really care. Like that game, it's been so long since they showed and been talking about it that it's like the hype is gone. Like I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. Like,
okay, I say
like whatever.
Wait a week and a half, Jesus. Your tune might change.
Nah,
it might.
Nah.
Maybe.
What
okay,
are you gonna do?
What if show me Battle Royale? Free Battle Royale.
Even worse. I would care even fucking less. I would care even less. I would be like, you fucking suck. You're trash. Go away. Fucking Battle Royale. Now we got 100 Master Chiefs are gonna drop from fucking dropship, and they're all gonna drive Warhogs, and we really went all out this time, guys, and we invented this new island, and it's very dynamic. Fuck you, dude. Like, who fucking cares? Fuck you and Battle Royale, all right? Give me something.
Like,
something cool.
It's gonna almost have to be something really unique.
It can't just be Halo. It just can't be. It can't be Halo. Just Halo again. Like, oh, you're gonna shoot the aliens.
I got a mic drop here. I got a mic. Forza 8. Forza 8.
Oh God. Oh fucking God. God damn it. Oh, we got look at these stunning visuals. They're gonna have some British guy talking, right? Oh, hello, mates. Look at these stunning visuals. We worked really hard. This time we flew to Canada, and we went to the mountainside, and we took all the pictures in 4K, and we're gonna incorporate all those pictures into the game. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Well,
your shit always looks good, motherfucker. It's not surprising that it looks good. You know what I mean?
No,
didn't they
I
really
agree with
push
you
the
guys.
rain on that Forza? They were talking about the rain tech and all that stuff.
They
You know
had
what it's
part-
going to be, Jesus.
What?
Where are
Particle
things
drips.
going to right now?
The sky.
Ray
What are we?
tracing.
Hey, there you go.
Oh.
So
Gonna
if
have
we're not going to be
shadows.
talking about the rain technology, what kind of technology are we going to be talking about?
The
Is that
lighting.
going to use
Look at the
DLS?
lighting.
Look at
the
these
sunlight.
headlights. Look at these
sunlight.
headlights.
Look at the
Wait.
sunlight.
When you're driving at night and a car goes in front of you and they turn on their high beams, you're gonna be blinded by the high beams, and you're gonna crash your $1 million McLaren into the wall because you fucking couldn't see the road. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who
It's going
cares?
to be sun rays.
No,
I
I
can
agree.
feel
It's
it.
gonna be-
It's going to be the sun rays shining through the trees, and you're going to see.
And the rainbows,
Yeah.
'cause
Watch
of
the
the rain.
trees move. See the way they sway? No, I agree. It's going to be that San Diego
Stupid
studio.
ass shit. Yeah, fuck that.
that-
No one cares, Gunny. Fuck those
No, that's
games.
that from that studio. I'm saying that AAA, quadruple A studio, that would, for me, it would have to be something that's going to change to even, I don't want to say like compete with Sony, but to say, hey, like we've got this great game and it's narrative and it's amazing and it's not just another.
we've
It's a new
added-
IP. That's what they need. A new
We've
IP.
added a story to Forza. Oh, this is an RPG now, guys. This is an RPG
Your name
now.
is Diesel.
Your name is Diesel.
Spike. You race Spike.
It's all about family.
Oh, there you go.
It's a Fast and the Furious shit. It's all about the family. You and your family are gonna have to fight through street races and get away from the cops and all this shit.
that Need for Speed ripoff? Yeah.
Oh, it's like, what can they do, man? What Hellblade 2? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
That one is kind of cool. Okay, that one looks pretty cool.
It's a newer IP that I think people are
That's
definitely looking
cool.
forward to
Okay,
a
that
longer
one-
second game.
That is cool. But showing another Gears or another stupid ass fucking Halo or, hey guys, we got Halo. Hey, it's coming. Look at Master Chief take off his helmet. Look. It's in ray tracing now. Look at that light.
wait,
Look at
that's
that
Master Chief's
light.
kid.
Look at the lighting coming off of the helmet when the ray tracing hits it. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's in a Ferrari too because he's now in Forza. Master Chief is in Forza. He did some dumb shit like that.
The newer Warthog, which was already in Forza 4, by the way.
Like they're gonna do dumb shit like that, and it's like, come on, no, guys, you need like new shit. You need like something refreshing. Halo and Gears and all that is cool, but it's not refreshing. It's just like it's the same shit all the time. I'm done. I don't care.
I think
Well, I
for
think
newer
Sony-
people coming into these consoles, I think when they show something amazing, and obviously I don't know, just for Halo players that have been around, like Brink, I already know he's going to be playing that on the Xbox Game Pass, or
You know what?
fuck, who knows? They might just announce it for Steam day one. We don't know.
Or he'll just go back to Destiny and play that. Whoa, big
Yeah.
deal.
There's a good competitor. Bungie's killing it with those games. Look amazing.
Yeah.
And they teamed up with that China studio. I don't think we ever spoke about that.
Yep.
They're probably like an LLC that just has all that
Tencent.
capital for them to make new content for that game.
What were you gonna say, Mayo?
Oh, I was just going to say, when you think about Sony, most of their content, you think of Horizon was kind of a new IP. And, God of War has been around for a while, but they changed the game up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
they
and
changed
other
it.
games, or Spider-Man are kind of unique, So their games all have a different feel. You're not playing stuff that was on the Sony back then, kind of like what with Microsoft is, like Jesus is saying, another Halo, another Forza, another,
Yeah, it's the
What
same
is that,
Well,
right?
shit.
and then they
they just
had,
keep giving us another version of the game we've already played,
and
Yeah.
they had that Dragon Slayer game
Oh wow.
that was a badass trailer, right? And it didn't show like a ton of stuff, but we were so excited for it. And then they were like, "Yeah, we just killed that game," and then we were just so freaking.
It's like
depressed over it.
it's like they're stuck. It's like they're stuck in their ways. Like they don't want to change. Like Mayo's right. He's completely right. When you play Sony exclusives, you go from being a badass superhero to being a fucking teenage girl scared of zombies to being a fucking badass fucking god of war, fucking a literal god fighting other gods that are trying to kill you because you're a god, you know, and you're fucking doing all that cool shit, and then you're going from all that to fucking being this fucking badass chick in the future in this post-apocalyptic fucking world that's fighting these metal fucking robots and dinosaurs that are made out of fucking metal and shit. Like, all this cool shit, you know, like, cool-ass fucking universes that are completely different, you know, and they're unique. What the fuck does Microsoft have? We have Halo. We have Gears 5.
Let me throw this in there. I didn't put this in the news because some of the news was from last week. But as you know, Warner Brothers is up for sale. Warner Brother Games. Yeah. Is that what it's called? Warner Brother Games? So what if Microsoft buys these games? Are these just more rubber stamp? Oh, another Batman game.
I think so, right? Because there's so many Batman games and so many Batman games have been like.
It's already played out. Like, yeah, Batman. Spider-Man is 100 times better than Batman. Hands down.
Mortal Kombat 12. That was like the number, 5th selling best game ever. Will that just be another rubber stamp of going, yes, the game's phenomenal, we're buying it? Yeah, will it be exclusive?
Mortal Kombat's unique because it's a fighting game and it's its own thing. I think it stands up on its own. So Mortal Kombat would be a good one. But like Batman, Spider-Man is a better game. It is. If you play Spider-Man, you will know Spider-Man is a better game than the Batman games, than all of the Batman games. I don't give a fuck what you say. Spider-Man feels better, it plays better, it's cooler, it's just more fluid, it's more open, it's more badass than the Batman games. It's just...
And even if they did make a really awesome open world Batman game, I think they've had so many Batman games already. I have no interest. I haven't played the last couple. I stopped at maybe Asylum. I think Arkham Asylum. Maybe.
I think I did get the last one, but I played a little bit of it.
They did Arkham City, and they did another one. Did they do 2 or 3?
Arkham Knight. They did Arkham Knight and Arkham City.
Yeah, that was the last one, Arkham Knight.
And then Arkham Asylum. So they keep doing these fucking games, and it's like, okay, like what else are you gonna show me? You showed me everything Batman has, motherfucker. What the fuck else does Batman have now? Who's this next villain? You showed me all the villains already,
I think so. I don't have the information in front of me. I know it's 4 studios. Maybe we'll see something from. Well, I think if anything, what we'd see right away is in the next week and a half from Microsoft is if they've acquired them, but that would just be about it. They would just say something like, "We're looking forward to making more shit for these 4 studios," but
like Shadow of Mordor or whatever. Like those games are cool, but
those are cool looking games. I know that one got a lot of bad rap for just having those weird microtransactions to complete the game, and that was huge. Like a lot of streamers I saw that were like, "What the hell? You're gonna make me pay money to beat the boss?"
Yeah,
I don't know, but then they fixed it, and nobody went back to play. It's too late at that point.
Yeah, it was too little too late. So I don't know, man. Like, all I know is it's Microsoft honestly needs to get some new IP, something fresh. Just show something like completely new, something unique. Go out on a fucking limb. Like, if they have to, buy a fucking indie studio and steal their idea. If you're looking at an indie studio on Steam and you're like, I kind of like that idea of that game. Just fucking buy them out and be like, hey, motherfucker, now we own you. Here, make this fucking game for Microsoft, for us.
So they did that with, what the hell was the game we just talked about? But Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice, right? So they did that, but then they came out and they said, hey, here's this game.
That fighting game, right? Was it that fucking...
I never had any interest for it because it did look like an Overwatch but I don't know if that ever... I think that game died. I could be wrong.
It came out on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass, right? Yeah.
I never downloaded it. Yeah, one game I was just not interested in. But I understand, just keep going and keep trying and get that new studio going.
Also, the difference between Microsoft and Sony is, yes, Microsoft is putting everything on Game Pass, which is super cool, right? You got access to all these games. You pay them a subscription. It's money to them every month, even if... Like, I've been paying them for the last, I don't know how many fucking months, and I haven't launched the Xbox app on my PC in fucking months. All right, so they're getting free money out of me. But at the same time, it's that. People will never value something that's free over something that costs them money. Mm-hmm. Never. If I give you a car, if I give you a brand new Ferrari and I make you buy one, you're going to take care of the one that you buy way more than the one that I just fucking gave to you. Because you will not value that car because it was free to you. It doesn't matter to you. You got this for free. And that's exactly how I feel about the games that Microsoft puts out. I just... What's the value in them? I could play them whenever. It doesn't matter. You know, like... Just... And I think a lot of people think that way, honestly. Like, it's just the truth. And I just... People don't... They just won't care, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I see some of the arguments from hardcore Sony fanboys. And that's something, like, I quietly agree with. A lot of time when I look at the comments and I think, yeah, that's true, man. You pay $60 for that game that's fucking phenomenal, like a God of War, you know? Because I see Xbox fanboys over there trying to say, well, you know, the Gears of War game was phenomenal, and I only paid $5 this month or whatever. But still, you know, it was more about the content and
buying that game. And like, I put the risk of buying this game and trying it, and I'm one of the few guys that like it, and you're telling everybody else about it, and you feel like you're the one that discovered it, and you took that risk. Where if it's on Game Pass, you're probably like, there's probably 800,000 other people already playing this game, you know, and there's that sense of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, whatever. Like, who cares? Who cares about this fucking shit? Everyone's playing it, you know? Like, big deal.
Right.
So, I mean, Game Pass is a great thing, but they can also be bad. I can see how it can have its negative effects, and I can see how it can have its positive effects. It's great having the variety of games. It's great if you can't afford to buy a bunch of games, and, you know, and you pay that $15 a month, and you're going to be set. I talk to people at work, you know, and they debate about getting a PlayStation or an Xbox, and I ask them different questions. I'm like, are you going to be buying games very often? You know, do you have a particular game you want to buy? I mean, if you just want games to play, I would go with like the Xbox and get like the Game Pass, because you have a constant library of games coming in and you can change it up. If you're the kind of guy that really wants to grind through a game and discover everything about the game, you know, get really involved in one game in particular, then go with maybe that console, you know. So it just depends how you want to go about doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I agree.
All right, guys. We got a couple more questions here. John Jerome, what would you have named the next Xbox consoles that would avoid all this confusion? I've got a couple here, guys.
Okay.
That I thought of just off the top of my head, and one of them was you know, something more masculine or whatever. Like, maybe we can call the Xbox Series X, maybe this is silly or stupid, but how about Hightower? I don't know. Just be like, I'm getting the next Hightower. Or I always thought of, like, you know, the Xbox, even though it's not green, I just thought about, what about the green machine? But again, I'm fucking old. I'm sure if you guys Google it, it's an old.
Dang, what kind of old-ass, boomer-ass names are these? You know, Green Machine and the Hightower.
What about Brutus?
I could say Hightower could be like a code name. Instead of like Anaconda, they could have been like code name Hightower.
That would have been a cool
Hightower. Why not Hightower?
That would be a cool fucking code name, all right? Especially the way it looks. Yeah, fuck yeah. It looks a code name. Hell yeah.
You know, because I thought about, like, yeah, like even the code names that they have, you know, Anaconda and...
I personally think
I don't know, just stay with them.
I would have just got
all that shit.
I would have just gone with the name Xbox. Just drop whatever the fuck. Drop the bullshit series, whatever the fuck. Drop all that shit. Just call it Xbox.
But what would they call the rumored baby one?
Xbox Baby. I don't fucking know.
The mini box.
The mini X or the Xbox. Then you can call it whatever the Xbox Series half. Xbox 2%. I don't fucking know. You can call it whatever, but I don't know, man. I would just call it Xbox.
Yeah, or right. So if Phil came out during that, what the hell was it? The Video Game Awards? Is that where he announced it?
Yeah.
And I remember he came out, he announced it, and he's like, "Here it is, the Xbox Series X." Right? Bam! Just threw it out there. Phil just shows up on stage. And then I know it was like a couple days later, I was looking at a news article or somewhere on Twitter going, well, to clarify, it's simply called the Xbox. I'm like, well, why the fuck did you not call it that to begin with? Just make it all
asshole.
Confusing.
God damn it.
You know?
Yeah, they fucking, the series, bro, fuck you. Too many fucking X's in that damn name.
I think I would just call it the box.
There you go.
The
If
box.
you would have just called it the box, I think it would have been like perfectly fine with it.
Do it like in my Buckeyes here where I live. The box, not the box. It's the box.
The box.
There you go. That's how you say it. The box, right? And then
What
you can
is
say
this? The box. The Xbox.
The Xbox, the box.
this is the high tower. This is the high tower. This is your Series X high tower. But just call it high tower. Don't fucking throw it a bunch of code names, right? After you've already had
it's
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate this stupid ass name, Xbox Series X. What are they gonna call the other one?
Black box.
You're making fun of me calling it the Xbox. Okay, tell me, Mayo, what are they gonna call the other Xbox now? The baby one. Xbox Series. Xbox
you have
Series.
the box and you have little box.
Xbox Series not X. Xbox Series Y. Xbox
They're talking
Series
about
Z.
it's probably going to be called the Series S. And
That's
I thought,
stupid.
Well, here we go.
That's so fucking stupid. You're copying Apple. Why are you copying Apple? Just
you
make your
are.
own
They are
shit.
copying Apple.
Yeah.
They are seriously copying Apple.
Why are you copying the iPhone? Just fucking call it the Xbox Pro. Might as well go back to the bullshit from the 360, the Elite and the Pro. Like, might as well do that. Fuck, you know.
Okay,
Microsoft
so Mom
made that mistake before copying Apple. You know, they started going back to
Jesus. We've done
not
this
doing
before.
well on hardware.
Let's do it again. I come into a GameStop. I'm Mom, right? Johnny's over here. He wants the new Xbox to play. I don't know what's the new Halo Infinite game. So, Mr. GameStop guy, what is the new Xbox? What is that one? It's the Series X.
You want
the Series S?
You look. I got a pre-owned one right here. It's pre-owned, lightly used. It's gonna save you like $10, but it only saves you $10 when you sign up for our Pro Rewards membership, which is $20 a month. But you get magazines in the mail, like magazines.
So,
you want magazines in the mail, lady?
Well, I just want to know for Johnny, does it play the Hello game, the Hello Infinite?
Yeah, it plays
Halo shooting game. The shooting game. Does the Xbox, the one you're talking about?
It plays all the games. It plays all the games. It plays.
Okay. Well, what's this one over here? Why does that one say S, Series S? Does that play the Halo game too?
That's for poor people. That's the hobo. That's the hobo version.
Oh, so that one's only $399.
A slot in the side. Does it play movies too?
It does. It doesn't. We don't. What's a movie? We don't know what that is.
Put discs
boomers.
in there, right? I mean, yeah.
Where do the games go?
There's a slot.
You use the internet. You use the internet. You go home. You use the internet to download these.
Well, then why do I need a box if I use the internet?
It's like a Sonos.
You need an internet. This is like.
It's like the TV.
It's like Alexa, but a game device.
You talk to it. Okay.
You connect it to the internet, and it just gives you the games that you need to play.
Well, then why do I buy the good one?
Well,
I'll take the one for $299. Thank you.
You want more power?
Oh, show me what you got. That's the X series.
You want more RAM?
Yeah.
You want more teraflops? Do you know what that even means? I don't know what that even means, but I'll sell you it. I'll sell you more teraflops. People are gonna be so confused for this shit. I'm telling you. PS5 so fucking. They've been hearing PS followed by a number since the 90s. Dad, Mom, can I get the PS1? Can I get the PS2? Can I get the PS3? Can I get... Yeah, PS5 makes sense. It's the new PlayStation thing. The new one.
Okay, Mr. GameStop guy, I see there's two choices. There's one with a disc and one without. So...
It's very simple. The one with the disc...
We're just too digital, so we should just grab that one? Sure.
The one with the disc plays movies, and you want to buy that one because it's worth more money.
How much more is that?
$200 more. But it's worth more money, okay? It's going to be worth more money in the end. Yeah, it's got Blu-ray. Do you like Blu-ray movies? Like
only $30 more?
Only $200 more. So it's a fucking Blu-ray player. Like honestly, like what you know? I don't know. It's not going to be $50 more. It's going to be at least $100 more.
You think so? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how much do Blu-ray disc or
how much is a Blu-ray? Does anyone even sell Blu-ray players anymore? What the fuck?
I don't think so. Sony had them before.
Netflix bought all that shit out. Netflix owns all the movies and shit now. They stream everything. Fucking A. Disney and Netflix own everything.
Voodoo, yeah.
Voodoo, yeah. Walmart and shit too, motherfuckers.
I had one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, what do we got? One more. John Jerome has just one last question. He wants to know if we'd rather live in a live in a city or the country? So, John, let me answer this by saying that recently bought a house. It's in the country. It's in a gated HOA community in the mountains, and it's super quiet. Well, I don't know when I'll live there, though. That's the question. I think whether it be the next couple years or the next 8 years. But yeah, I'd rather live in the country. I don't live in a big city. Petaluma's not that big.
I prefer the country. Like, honestly, where I live is a small town, and it's considered like the country almost.
I was just what do you consider country? Because I'm curious now, because I think my country is probably different than your country.
You're probably thinking like fields and cornfields and farms and shit. No,
so
I'm thinking country.
Your son lives up there.
What's that?
Your son lives up there in the corn country. You said.
He used to.
Yeah.
He's down here with me now. The reason I asked because I grew up. I've lived in both now. So I grew up in a town of 1,000 people, and that's counting everybody around. And you were surrounded by cornfields. You had one stoplight, one gas station, and one mom and pop grocery store. And
did you all listen to Joe Diffie? That's what I want to know.
What did I do? What?
Did you all listen to Joe Diffie?
Pretty much. No.
He was. But just to get at that one country
you had to drive 30 minutes one way to get any kind of takeout or impulse buy that you want to buy. And then drive 30 minutes back.
That's not a very impulsive buy.
And all you see is
30 minutes.
Right. So if you want a McDonald's, you have to drive 30 minutes to McDonald's and then 30 minutes back home.
That's kind of like here, though. Like, there's times where, like, I want Carl's Jr., but I have to drive, like, to another city to get Carl's Jr.
But you have other stuff around you. So here, you don't have any fast food restaurants by you.
But
so
there's towns.
McDonald's or
anything.
The
town you're describing, I drive to those towns here. Like, they exist, like, right next to me. Like there's towns like that here where you literally just drive through them and there's nothing in them. So I would consider that country. I also consider, like, living in a small town country. Like, I live in a town of 20,000 people. But it's not that big. And so it's kind of the country because, I go to Portland, and Portland's fucking huge. It's sprawling. It's big, and there's people on buses, and there's them people on the buses. You know what I'm saying?
Bus people.
There's them bus people walking around, you goddamn bus passengers and shit, motherfucker. And
where does Jonathan Hall live? Does he live more closer to the Portland? Is he in the city?
Does, yes. He lives close to Beaverton. He lives in Beaverton. Beaverton is like a suburb. It is pretty much Portland. Like, people call it Beaverton, but it's pretty much Portland. Like, it's connected to Portland, but it's a suburb of Portland. It's its own city, but it's connected right to Portland. You know what I mean? So that's where he lives. So he would probably consider where I live more like the country than me. You know, he lives as more the city. And I would prefer, like, small town living, honestly. Like, I couldn't live in a podunk fucking town with 10 people next to me. That shit would drive me nuts. I'd probably kill them all or something. Be some fucking murder. Some fucking type of murder.
I hear country. I hear you are 5 miles from your closest neighbor. And you are on your own out there, and you have dial-up internet, and you have.
I could live in a small town.
Satellite.
No, fuck all that. That's
in a town, not like a village.
That's some fucking some hills have eyes type shit. Fuck all that, dude.
Yeah.
I'd rather live in a small town that has, like, amenities and shit. Like, we got all this shit here, McDonald's and stores and Fred Meyer's and shit. So we got shit here, you know. But I couldn't live in, like, I don't want to live in a big city. Like, I could never move back to Vegas or anything like that. The lifestyle, the speed that everyone's at is constantly, like, no one gives a fuck about anyone but themselves. And I hate that. I could not live like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I'm probably, what would I be? Now that there's a pandemic, I would say I'm probably an hour or more to San Francisco. So I'm north of it. So it is like a small town. There's a lot of cows here, especially like as you head out towards the coast. You've got the Coast Guard training center, and it's pretty much just cows and dairy and everything else in between. So even like the town north of me is not super big, maybe 140,000, but that's kind of where everything is. But the town that I'm going to live in, or the town where I just bought the house, it's funny. So I asked a realtor, this is last week, I think, and I said, so what kind of internet y'all got up here? I mean, she didn't have any details. She's older. She's like, oh, I just have no problems just sending emails and things. And I thought, oh boy, great. You know, what am I getting, 5 megs up? That's really the answer I wanted to hear. So I'm afraid to even Google it to see what. I'm like, well, what company? It's like, she says something like telecom or some bullshit. I'm like, oh my God, so there's no Comcast? Does AT&T not exist?
It's going to be some bullshit ass company that has the monopoly up there. That owns
probably $300 a month, I'm sure.
You would not believe where I work, there's a county like 20 minutes north of where I work. And a lot of guys I work with live in this county. And this county will still have some dirt roads and stuff like that. And they will talk to me about internet. And they will be saying, like, this major internet provider is a half a mile from their house. And so they call them and they say, hey, what do I have to do to get internet to my house? Because all I have is basically this satellite internet that gives me a 5 gigabyte per month limit. Then they cut my bandwidth down to like 700 megabyte, which is like dial-up after I hit 5 gigabyte. And they say, well, we're not running any lines out there, but if you want to pay us to run the lines out there, we're going to charge you $10,000 to run that half a mile line to your house, and then you can have internet. You know, and I've had 5 or 6 people tell me this. Like, they literally live like a half mile away from where it stops, and they say, well, if you pay like the $5,000 or $10,000 for us to run the line that extra half mile, we'll gladly hook your internet up. And they're like, no.
And then we'll charge you every month.
Right. And then we're going to charge you, that $100 a month or whatever. We're going to charge you for
That's bullshit.
Have you guys heard of that company, Sonic? Not the food place, but the internet provider. No. I don't know if they're the provider or if they just lay down like fiber lines or some shit. But I've seen them here in my town. And then when I did go up to the mountains where I bought the house, like I've seen a few trucks that I'm thinking, okay, do they just live here and they go to the other larger town that's 20 minutes away? You know, like I'm like, okay, so this is promising. If I see Sonic trucks here, this might be good. I can get some fiber. We'll see. I don't know. Won't know for a while, but I'll be living here. So meantime.
All right. Anyways, I think that's all we have. That's all we have for the show, people. You could find me on everything at Jesus Walks Out. I'll be playing more games hopefully soon. And just find me on everything. Jesus Walks Lot. Add me, join us on Facebook, join our Discord. We have a Discord link in the show notes, as well as the Facebook link is in the show notes. All the links are in the show notes. Read the show notes, you asshole. Fucking dick. Read the show notes.
We worked hard on that.
Like, it takes me 2 seconds to copy and paste those. Gunny works hard on them.
Gunny puts a hidden message in there every week. You have to look at it really hard to see that hidden message. If you look at it for a while and stare at it long enough, you'll see that hidden message.
Yep. And then you get his
You know, when I see that on my phone, when I accidentally swipe over, I'm like, I don't want to see that. I swipe it back.
Gunny's hidden message. Anyways, that's where you can find me. Where can we find you guys?
Go find me on Xbox, Gunny Chief, one word. I'm over there also on the Uplay store where Mayo, have you gotten anywhere on the Uplay store? I know that since the conference today, obviously we don't have all the information. We'll talk about it more next week. But the games look like they're damn near dirt cheap on there. I saw, what was it? Watch Dogs 2 was either free if you watched their conference, if you signed up. But I saw some other things like other Assassin's Creed. All their games are on sale. So go check that out. Find me also on that launcher as well, along with, where am I at? I'm Gunny Chief also on Epic, Steam. Yeah. HGP _Gunny on PlayStation. Where do we find you, Mail?
Yeah, you're gonna find me on, on the good old Steam store. You can find me on Epic Store, Uplay, all those big launchers. as the Mayo one. You can find me in the Discord as the Mayo. And that's pretty much it. You'll see me hanging out in the Facebook group, occasionally as Mayo. And then you'll find me again. Main place to find me is on Discord. Easiest place to do it. So come on over, say hi. If you're a new listener or whatever, just come over and join the Discord. And even if you don't have a PC or whatever, you just put it on your phone and turn off notifications so it don't drive you nuts. Come over and say hi.
Yeah.
Say hey, join the group. Join the
motherfucking group. Yeah. We're done. We're fucking out of here. Hopefully next week the world is a better place. Be a better person, people. We love you. I love you.
Thanks for listening.
Fuck you, honey.
We appreciate you.
I love you too.
You and your hidden show notes.
I like you. Oh. You all right. My book.
Ooh.
Kidding, guys. It's time to Philly and play some games.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're out of here. Goodbye, good night, whatever. Bye.
Yeah.
Here.